What's up, Ace? I thought you were over at JV's. You didn't have to leave. Come over here, bro. You not coming up, Ace? Let me oh, there he is.
Mr. Fishing, how you doing tonight? Mr. Fishing, how you doing tonight?
Baby girl.
Hold on. I got an echo for some reason. Is that you echoing?
Mr. Fishing, how you doing tonight?
Baby girl.
You got YouTube running in the background?
I do not. I got JV's running in the background, but I got it muted. It's just
Maybe it was mine that you were getting the echo from. I just shut off the
yeah, there you go.
YouTube volume.
Coyote, you coming up? Let me text message Richard. I love messing with that kid.
Yeah. Where's it at?
I don't have Nick's name.
There, we'll take care of this for you there.
Oh, you got it? I was just texting.
Hey, what are you doing, little Ricky? Mr. Fishing is up live, and you're not even in the live stream yet. All right, get in here.
I got my camera up higher trying to take out that glare, but it don't seem to be working. But when it's down lower, it really is a mess.
Yeah, now you look like me when you lean forward. You see the top of your head.
Yeah, at least it's not bald. Richard gave me the thumbs up. Coyote, you coming up? Tomorrow, by the time I get home from work, the drone will be here. I think I'm going to do a live unboxing and film it with all the GoPros too. And I'll edit it and then do an unboxing video after. But I think we're going to do a live unboxing of that drone tomorrow night. And then I'll just have the cameras running and edit to a shorter film later.
I'd get a call from Ace and a text from you.
I was in the process of texting you when he called.
Good Lord.
Coach was here. I think he's still in here. Maybe not.
Yeah, Rice is here. I don't know how long I'll be up because I got to go to whatchamacallit tomorrow. And lately I haven't been getting up till like 4 in the afternoon because of these streams. So
you've got so many excuses.
I know I got to be to New Orleans early, so I'm not going to be on too long. I'm definitely doing an unboxing live feed tomorrow. I'm going to unbox the thing live. I'll set up the GoPros on each end of the table, and we'll talk about this thing.
I got to get with you on ordering some parts. I'm glad to put this reel on.
Hey, Keo. Hey,
Howdy.
Hey, Keo.
How are y'all doing?
We are doing great. Just got out of Bible study. I was going to get on at 9, but Bible study ran late. I think everybody left all their Bibles and stuff still on the table back there.
I had to take my dog to the vet today, and they decided to wrap his foot up.
He's not eating it off.
Huh?
He's not eating the wrap off.
No. But he doesn't like it.
Yeah, I'm sure he don't.
Oh,
It's hard getting this camera the way I want it. I don't like it being up so high, but
you ought to just solo yourself tonight.
do what?
You ought to just solo yourself tonight.
I was gonna solo you. I don't have that. Oh, poor little guy. He's in a cast.
Oh, poor baby.
If I had that little picture of you in your cop uniform, I would definitely solo tonight. There it is.
Stop it. My gosh. Here, if you really want that picture, give me a
I'll
minute.
send it to you.
Yeah, I'll send it. Well, okay, if you wanted to send it. I don't know why you guys have that freaking picture.
Because it's hysterical.
You're freaking hysterical.
I love that pic. There you go. Bam. I went to log on and it said Louis. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I had to change my name before anybody joined.
Don't you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, it's Fishing Louisiana. Let me find it.
I wouldn't have guessed it.
That's what I thought. I thought I'd already friended you.
Let me see.
Ace, ain't nobody want to be your friend on Facebook. Mr. Burhide or Chlor.
Oh,
What
it's
is it?
Fishing Louisiana 2020 is what it is.
Mr. Chlorine.
I'll paste it.
Goodness gracious.
There we go. I pasted it in the description or in the link down there.
I did a video when I got off my stream last night for TikTok. Posted it about probably, 6 this morning. And I looked at it at 12 this afternoon. And it was at 658 views.
Oh, wow. My daughter did a video on TikTok, and that thing went crazy for a while. I think she got up to like 1,800 in just a few hours.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think everybody that's scrolling through sees it, and so I think it just tallies when people pass through.
No, you actually got to click on it and for it to count.
Huh.
And they kept it going by leaving comments, and then other people would leave a comment, and it just kept going with the comments.
What'd she do?
I don't know. It was something. I'm not exactly sure. It was Christian based.
I think I might know what it is.
She did good.
I sent it to you there, Fishing Louisiana.
All right, I'm going over to the page.
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to get off of here in about 15 minutes or so and just get to bed tonight.
I woke up this morning and I could barely move. My back hurt so bad.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Me and my dog are both hurting.
Hurting too.
Kay had to drag him out of bed.
Oh, she had already left to go to work.
Where's she work?
She works at a place that makes medical test equipment and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And the company is currently making test equipment for the coronavirus stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But my dingers is not happy.
I know. That's what I hear.
I can imagine he's not.
Poor Dinger.
He keeps shaking his leg trying to get that thing off of him.
Yeah. Poor Dinger. Hey, Dingo, can I get a awa? If you guys were watching fishing, I don't know if you were on my stream when it happened last night, but I was talking to Dingo and I said, "Can I get a awa?" And he started barking like crazy. That was funny.
He was also tilting his head back and forth, looking at you funny.
Hey, Heather.
If you go back, you can find it. I soloed it.
Hi, Heather.
Hey, Heather.
I sent her
How
a
do
message.
How do I put up his picture now?
Who? Mine?
Yeah.
If you go to
Cam?
Cam and Mike, go to green screen, and then once you hit green screen, there'll be a little box there with a plus. Hit that plus and add it from wherever you got it saved.
And then pull that all the way up. It'll ask like there's a little bar that you can select. Drag it all the way up.
But you got to have a green screen behind you. See
No,
the
you
little
don't.
3 dots on your face.
I don't have
No,
a green
they
screen.
do it without green screen.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you turn
Let
up
me
the
do it
contrast
again.
all the way, it'll work.
Go to camera, Mike. Right?
Yep.
Yep.
And then green screen.
Green screen.
And then select the photo.
I got it.
All right. Now drag it all the way up. There you go.
There we go.
Just like that.
That's hilarious.
No, it's
Hi,
not.
Heather, how you doing? Everybody's hurting today.
I had a buddy get in a car accident today.
Oh man, is he all right?
I guess he's in. I haven't talked to him for a while, but he just posted about it.
Is he in the hospital or anything?
I don't think so. He would have called me if he was. Heather, that was when I was 8. That was about 10 years ago.
That's when he was a cute looking kid. That's before he got hit by the
That
train.
was yesterday.
That was when I was cute.
And Heather, look at my poor dingers.
Hold on.
Where'd Dingo?
I can't see. Wait a minute, my screen closed. What the hell happened?
It's not froze on our end.
Oh no! The window I was using to watch.
Poor Dingo.
He's so sad. But what was so funny is when we first got to the doctor's office, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go see the doctor." He looked at me like, "What?"
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
He was not happy when we got in the car either. It's
I
hard
still
for
look
him.
like that?
He moves all funny, trying to have that leg all straight like that.
Do I still look like that, Coyote?
Like
Hey, you
what?
still got the big
Like that-
ears.
That
Hold on,
police picture?
let me put it back up.
No, you look more like that.
That's not me. I found that on Google. Here, hold on.
Go put the uniform on and we'll tell you.
Well, I wear a different one now for work. Hold on a minute.
We don't want your Chick-fil-A uniform.
Well, I'm talking about the Bell Bonds one. Hold on a minute.
That's not what I meant to do.
Alexa, turn on the light.
Alexa, order a pizza.
Never mind.
No, Alexa, order a male stripper.
Never mind.
I'm gonna get him one night.
Alexa orders some stuff out of there.
I'm gonna sneak in you know what, in one of your guys' houses one of these days. And if you're gonna say that, she's gonna order one.
Yes, he is.
Hold on, I'm getting my uniform on.
Ace, you need the picture too.
Where's Nick?
I sent him a message.
We waited until he went to the bathroom and tried it, but he muted Alexa. We almost got him the other night.
Yeah, I learned my
Yep.
lesson.
Yeah, Nick got him and ordered a bunch of stuff.
All right, do I look the same?
No.
Yeah, take my patch off here. There, do I look the same?
You gotta get the hat.
I don't have that hat. That hat's long gone. Yeah, I don't have a hat. So
At least your head filled out into your ears.
do what?
I said your head filled out into your ears. Your ears were dominant. Now they're not.
Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment.
My son was born with a full size head. It took until he was like 10 before he was the right size head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was huge. His head was huge. He used to have to lean forward to start running because if he ran straight up, his head was too big and he would fall backwards.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, he had a huge head. Wow, look how long we were live on that day when you took that picture. 4 hours and 2 minutes.
I was live for, 5.5 last night with Coyote.
Wow.
Now,
My
you
wife
just
was
get to
giving me
talking and it just passes, you know?
My wife was giving me the business about going live now. She's like, "You're going live every night?" I'm like, "No, not every night. I didn't go live last night. I joined somebody else's live."
Yeah.
Richard does not do anything. He's one of those guys that buys uniforms and dresses
Oh,
in front
no.
of the
What do I do
mirror
for a living?
and draws his weapon.
Hey, don't tell people fake stuff. No.
That's fake news.
no.
Sorry.
I work for a buddy of mine that owns a bail bonds company down here in Indiana, and I do private investigations for him.
Listen, if you came to serve a bond on me, it would be trouble for you, brother.
I can guarantee you I could drop you to the ground quicker than you could breathe.
I bet you can't. I'll bet anything on it.
And if I couldn't, my taser would do the job. Trust me.
You want to try?
That little guy, he's like 72 pounds, soaking wet, said he guaranteed he could.
Well,
drop
here's
me
the
to
problem.
ground in
Because I don't
seconds.
have my carry permit, I can't carry on the job. So
Well, I do, and I don't play.
well, I'll tell you what. I can carry a rifle and a shotgun in, and I
Well,
can
you can
promise
open
you.
carry here.
I can promise you by the time I walked in, I would be walking you out in handcuffs.
I guarantee you not.
The question is,
Not.
can you hit the target with all your weapons?
Absolutely.
I teach self-defense, and I don't want to say an expert, but I have several guns that I have taken from people. I'm an master at taking somebody's weapon.
Hi, Rocco.
Rocco, I wanted to get your rod out to you. Oh, damn, Clem's out here. Hate that wiener dog. I want to get Rocco's rod out, but the little guy telling me, yeah, I got one of those too.
You come on over to my house, and there'll be 8 words said. It'll be.
Have you ever got shot with one of those? Richard,
Wait, what?
have you ever got shot with one of those?
I've been hit with these prongs, the 15 feet. Yeah,
Yeah,
they suck like a son of a gun, dude.
you ain't kidding. Everything stiffens up. Jim, how you doing, brother? What is
the
Jim
heck?
up to?
What are you doing, Captain?
I figured I'd start doing lives in my racing helmet.
Oh,
I
my word.
That
I
was
thought
cool.
you thought Richard was going to shoot you with his taser.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Same old
Everybody
thing.
gets quiet.
Right.
Richard was telling us that he works for a bail bondsman and stuff, and I was like, wow, that's like, I'm just. I just told him, man, if you came to get me, you know, a little guy like you, it'd be really trouble for me.
Better bring
I
it.
guarantee I could take Captain out in handcuffs too.
I guarantee you can't. I know you can't. I mean, I teach hand to hand. I teach self defense. I teach my team how to take weapons. I mean, that's what I do for. I used to do for a living. I was security for Kenny Chesney, Tim McGraw. I ran security for Woodstock when it was in Rome, New York. I mean, this is what I do for a living,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you ain't taking me out, bro.
Well,
It
I'll
would
tell
be
you one
fun.
thing.
It'd be fun trying, though. I would have a ball.
Here's the thing, though. If I couldn't, I could make a phone call and have about 43 people come and help me.
Yeah, that would
Yeah, but
help.
you tried that with me. I'd spank your little fanny. You'd be crying back home to mom, and I'd be holding
Rocco,
your phone so you couldn't call anybody.
not
Hey,
that Woodstock, Rocco. The
you'd show
second
that police
Woodstock.
picture. You'd show that police picture, and I'd say you're free to go.
Yeah, not that original Woodstock, man. I'd be like 80 right now.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off of here and get to bed, but I thought I'd stop in because you were bugging me. So
Well, it's
That's
good talking to you.
It's quite the dichotomy of occupations there, working at Chick-fil-A and a bail
well,
bondsman.
I only do part time over in the Bail, so I'm
That's
full-time
like
Chick-fil-A.
it's like Clark Kent and Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, I did know a Marine sniper who also taught yoga,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I knew a sniper that was actually substituted kindergarten.
yeah, well, he said the yoga was it just helped balance him out.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'll catch you on the next one.
That I
So,
could
All
believe.
right, brother.
all right. Have a good night.
See you later, Dick.
What's up, ACC Gaming?
ACC, how you doing?
I hadn't even been reading the chat.
Captain, I'm actually my drone will be in tomorrow before
Oh,
9.
sweet.
So
Nice.
I'm gonna do a live unboxing of it, and I'm gonna set up the GoPros and record it, and then edit it, and then do my unboxing video out of that footage. But we're gonna
Cool.
unbox it live and go through everything live, and then I'll just edit it and put up the unboxing video later. But we'll
Okay.
get it charged up tomorrow night, and then Saturday we're going to throw it in the canal.
Perfect. Oh man, are you getting all this rain down there?
Oh, we got pounded. We didn't get much today. It was mainly cloudy and some sprinkles. But I had my whole backyard flooded. I had water all the way up to the door. That's about 8-9 inches.
Yeah.
I know the first night, what was that, Wednesday? No, Tuesday. Tuesday night, the airport for the day was recorded 6 inches, and that's like 2 miles from me. Right, I'm right
Hey,
in the
Dan.
like that. Dance Creation, how you doing?
Yeah.
Did you get rain today, Jim?
I'm still getting it, man. We got big freaking thunder boomers hitting and all kind of stuff.
I think it came out of the south and went over us and then started working its way up.
It kind of came for up the Gulf and
Yeah,
I thought it came through Louisiana.
it did
and then just
Tuesday
kinda-
and Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
it's been
Tuesday
pretty
and
freaking
Wednesday.
ugly here all day.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I put
gotta
my
go change
address
the
in.
light bulb quick.
Okay.
I forgot about that light bulb.
He's got to go change a light bulb. Just randomly, I got to go change a light bulb. Pretty funny.
Out here in Washington, it constantly rains.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people think about like Seattle and stuff having a lot of rainfall. The funny thing is, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Seattle, Washington average the same total annual rainfall. It's just that in Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm only about an hour outside of Charlotte. In Charlotte, we get it big, heavy, boom, 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 where it's more constant and lingering in Seattle when it comes in. But for the annual total rainfall, they're almost the same.
It's between a mist and a small shower just constantly.
Yeah, that freaking dreary mist. I would rather it just freaking rain hard and get it over with than have that mist.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put my address in the my little radar app, and I was right smack dab in the middle of a red spot a few minutes ago, and then sure enough, lightning started bouncing off stuff. I was like, I don't know if I need to be on the computer right now.
I have this app that hang on, I'll turn the brightness down. It tells you when there's lightning.
Yeah, mine will do that.
The closest one right now is way over there in Utah, and I'm way over there in Washington.
Right.
And so
yeah, I didn't even pull up my lightning strikes.
Sometimes as it starts to go into summertime, we get these real heavy afternoon showers, and it'll have lightning in it. And before I got that, I'd be sitting here, and all of a sudden it just boom, and man, I'd be on the ground. Oh, I'm down missiles again. Oh crap! And so I started getting that app, so it would let me know when it was coming.
Right.
Kind of keeps the anxiety down.
Yeah, it's not too close to me right now. This new app that I have, it doesn't I don't know if you can watch it play, but it'll you see it does flashes on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see him.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's all like, and I'm the blue dot right there.
What app is that one?
All right, Frankie.
What
app is that?
What app is that one?
This is called My Radar. The icon looks like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little app. I got a buddy of mine that is a amateur storm chaser, and I used to kind of get into it pretty good with him, and we still want to do some tornado chasing out in Kansas.
I've been in a few tornadoes. I didn't need to chase them, and I don't need to chase them still.
I just think it's cool.
Oh, they were cool several years ago, but now that I'm 51, they're great way over there.
You're only a year older than me.
Well, the last time I was in a tornado, one of my best friends lost his baby.
Oh wow!
It was like a 2-year-old baby. It got just sucked right out of his arms.
Good
and
Lord.
I was actually outside trying to lower my ham radio and CB tower before the tornado came, and just as I got done, you could see the tornado coming, and I was actually holding on to a pole, and it picked me up off the ground and almost dragged me out of there.
Yeah, that's closer than I've ever been.
And
I've been close.
I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
I was driving from New York to Texas, and all of a sudden it just got real quiet, like it's still, and then it got really dark. And I pulled over to get gas, and I walk in the gas station, and everybody's on the other side of the gas station, look out the window. The clerks, everybody. So I'm like, what are we looking at? And I walk over there, and there's this big tornado in the field headed right towards us. And they're like, oh, we're just watching the tornado. I jumped right in my truck and was gone.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to mess around with them, man. They're pretty.
No,
I
mean, that's a bit. I'm trying to get that glare out. Yeah, those tornadoes will get you.
So that was pretty random for you to just be like, you know what? I got to go change a light bulb.
Yeah, my wife was in the laundry room, and I forgot. I mean, the light bulb blew in there the other day, and I never did get around to changing it. So I heard her go in the laundry room. I'm like, oh man, I forgot to change that light bulb. Let me go get that quick.
I figured it was something like that. I figured something happened that jogged your memory.
Yeah. I mean, I should have done it when I was thinking about it, because I'll get sidetracked and forget about it.
Yep.
I got to kick out of here, guys. We'll catch you guys all later. Have a good evening.
All right,
Oh,
Ace.
that's a good idea,
See you
Rocco. I
later.
should take the ball about that. All right, Ace. He's going over to harass somebody else. I know it. He was in JV's. I seen him on JV's live.
Yeah,
he left to
Yep.
come over here.
Hey, so I found pictures. Remember me telling you the other night about my car going over the
Oh yeah,
embankment? So,
Yeah.
rental. Oh darn, it sure did.
So let's see here. Oh, so that was the video. That was part of the video that I caught as it went over. You can't see it. It's just the audio. You can see it in the corner there, but that was the audio of it going over.
Oh.
And it was still running. Now, mind you, there's no water here right now, but it comes in. The tide was out and the tide is coming in. And they told me if the water had reached the front of the car, it would have changed the game, because then we would have had to call in the Coast Guard and the hazardous materials people. I mean, it would have been a whole big ordeal.
Right.
Wow.
That was the bridge that I was taking pictures of. And the car was parked right here. And I went and stood over here to take pictures of the bridge, which is over there. And it just rolled that way. The boats kept stopping to look to see what was going on. They were taking pictures and all kind of stuff. There I am. And there's one of these. There's an alligator in the water. There he is.
Yeah, he was seeing if you were going to go in after it.
Exactly.
He was for survivors.
I zoomed in on him a little bit. He was checking things out.
You even had the gator stopping by. That's hysterical.
He was hoping there weren't any.
How long did it take before they got there to yank it out?
It didn't take them long to get there to pull it out. The problem was the guy that came with a freaking rollback, and that was not. I mean, he did not understand the laws of physics and
It had to come up and then
basic geometry, and he was just trying to drag the thing out. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and let this fool figure it out. When I tell you, I sat on the side, it sat there in that field for 5 hours while he tried to pull that thing out of there. 5 hours.
Wow.
Yep.
All he needed was a big wrecker with the boom on it. Just pick it straight up.
Yep. And he brings a freaking rollback. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
They bring them for everything now.
Yep. So yeah, it was interesting.
Heather asked, "Were you drunk?"
No, nobody bothered to ask me that.
You just no. Oh, that's what she said in comment right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez. Oh, was I drunk? No. Number one, I don't drink. But no, it was. I thought I put the car in park and I put it in neutral, so it rolled away on me.
In his defense, his everyday vehicle. You just clicked it forward once, and it was in park. So he was in a rental car, and he clicked it forward once, which is, we all know, neutral. And he got out, and the car didn't move. You know what I mean? If it moved, he would have obviously
right
stopped it then. And then he started taking pictures, and he turned around, the car was already gone.
Yeah, here's a couple of my hot rods I was selling.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I'd love to get one of those.
A little old Vicky. And
They're nice, but I wouldn't want to own anything like that.
There's all Mach 1. Oh, my cat.
Where'd they come from?
Yeah. Here's 3 of them kind of lined up together. Sold that one. That one I sold to a guy that lives about 20 minutes from me. This one, I don't remember where that one got sold. And this one I sold to a couple down in Florida. That's a 54 Merc.
So what do? You pick them up and restore them and then sell them later on?
A buddy of mine kind of got into doing that and brought me in on it. I still have this one.
Yeah, that's nice. He's brave parking it so close to the water after what already happened to him.
Yeah, well, that's my lake. That's the one at my house where I fish.
Oh, all right. Rocco, get that light bulb changed.
It was
At least it
lucky
wasn't
you
like
had gotten insurance on that car before it went into the water.
Yeah, well, I had full coverage on that rental,
Yeah.
Heather. So yeah, I was good.
Listen, for a stunt driver, needs full coverage on everything, I would say.
Here's me stuck in the
Just
mud
in
with
case.
my motorcycle.
Hold on, let me blow that up. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
So my buddies pulled a trick on me. So on the other side of the hole over here, I was stuck in a rut back up the trail. My buddies went ahead of me and they found, so that was a huge mud hole. Well, they went around the hole and then parked on the other side of it. Like they had just gone through it and they were stopped sitting there waiting on me. So
Oh,
when I come around the corner and I see him, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I just freaking sank right down in it. Yeah, there's.
Oh, I would have been so mad.
Mike Turner, I'm not Ace. This is Coyote. Don't insult me like that.
Wow. I would have been so mad.
Dude, it was funny. We had to take the engine apart right there on site, take the plugs out and spit the water out of the jugs and everything. It was funny though. We laughed our butts off, man. They got me good.
That's better, Mike.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, and this is the Plymouth that I just sold. This is the one Ace was talking about the other night.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It had some rust in it, but
That rental car, didn't you say you messed up a second one like just after that or something?
The very next week, the exact same color, exact same car. Yep. And this is what I got sitting in my garage right now that I'm working on.
No more renting that type car anymore.
Oh, that's nice. I always wanted to get an older Jeep. I've been telling the wife.
Now, I like that.
Yeah, that's a military Willys, basically. That's it sitting in my garage. I've got the so you can see I've got the hard top.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
All the metal that goes with it and everything. So, but right now it needs a gas tank, and I ordered a gas tank for it, and I ordered it back in, I want to say September, but it could have been November. I can't remember which month, but it won't be here until freaking May.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like way back ordered. But it's a what is that, an M31 or something like that? I can't remember what the designation is of it. And I wish whoever had it before me had left it somewhat stock, because they came with a small 4-cylinder diesel engine that was sealed, and it was submersible. But they did a swap on it and put a Buick V6, which was a very common swap. It was actually, they had a swap for that. But that Buick V6 is a terrible engine.
When I learned to drive, my dad had a CJ 565. It had 5 different sticks on it. And you trying to learn how to drive and then trying to how to operate 5 different sticks. Oh man, it was, because you'd go into first gear, then you'd have to go to first half, then second gear, second half, third gear, third half.
Yeah, look at you can see all the sticks in that one.
Oh yeah, that brings back memories. I mean, that's really. He had two little ones on the far side to put it in 4-wheel drive low.
That's what those two are right there. That's your 4-wheel high and low selectors.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
That's the P. This is for the PTO because it's got a power takeoff winch on the front of
Yep.
it.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep, it's gonna be a pro. I was trying to find a picture of that Dauntless V6. Um,
Oh, Captain, check this out. Heather just sent that to me.
oh wow, is that a T-Bird? No, that's a. What is that? Is that a Bel Air?
It's a bad picture, but it's a Pontiac
Oh,
that she restored and has had since he was 20 years old.
who sent that?
Heather,
Oh,
I'll see if I can show you a better picture of it.
oh, okay, nice.
That's a cool car. I just
Yep.
don't like if it's not 4-wheel drive, I don't want to have it.
Oh, that was your uncle's car. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of over the old car stuff too. I mean, at least definitely for like working on them and stuff. I'm just over it, man. I like to drive some old cool stuff and stuff like that, but man, working on them just sucks.
Being a professional photographer, I like making the pictures of them and stuff. And I mean, some of those cars have some great shapes to them and stuff, and they make great pictures and all. But
Hey,
I don't
hey,
have the
Backroom.
money to keep it updated. And
Yeah.
if it's like the Mustangs and stuff, man, I'd be flooring it everywhere I go, and cops would be all over my ass. So if
Yeah.
I have 4-wheel drive, I won't go so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I really had fun building that Plymouth Scamp that I just restored. That 72 Scamp.
yeah, I
It was
just
a
don't.
real fun project.
Yeah, see, I don't. I've lost the desire to do that, man. I mean, heck, when I first got that Plymouth, Backroads and Bass, who's in here, he knows old cars pretty well. I mean, that's what he used to do is run a car lot, and then he flipped cars and old cars and stuff like that. So I remember at one point when I first got that Plymouth, I was laying underneath the car I was trying to basically find out what the engine was in it, and I'm laying underneath the car, and I was like, all right, I'm calling Backroads. And I had to call him to get him to tell me where to find the numbers.
Fishing Louisiana. That was Heather's uncle's car.
Oh, nice.
But I'm kind of over the projects. Once I get
it took me 3.5 years to do that.
Yeah, no, thank you. Once I get the Jeep done, I'm done with the projects.
I am thinking about buying a project boat to flip.
A project what?
A boat. I really liked restoring that boat that I have, so I was thinking about getting one to flip.
You talking about restoring like an old wood boat or a fiberglass boat?
No, just a center console boat, something that I could sell for some, decent money.
I got you. Kind of okay. Not like an old restore, but more like a reconditioned.
Reconditioned one. I got that 21 center console boat that I have for myself. I only got it for like $150.
She sent a better picture.
Hold on, let me look.
She sent a better picture.
Yeah, she said the license plate on it says "My Girl."
Oh, that's nice.
I love those wheels, man. The wheels and tires, the big fat gangster walls.
Yeah, I mean, I like the old cars.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, Backroads.
Right.
And then
Backroads.
your time and parts you never get your money back out of them. I don't care.
Yeah. Here's my my drift car. That was a military tribute car that we did. Well, I was sponsored by Hidden Wounds and the Semper Fi Fund. Just an old WS6 Firebird. That was a fun car.
Big fatty whites.
Yeah, those big fat white walls on those tires are awesome.
Yeah. Here's what I was driving the night that Fishing Louisiana was in there with me that night.
Yep, that's it.
hauling
I
me
didn't.
over.
I didn't see the picture, but I remember you talking about it.
Yep, that's the ambulance on the back of the
Yep,
truck.
the
there.
old ambulance. That's right.
Yeah, the front of that thing was covered with freaking just snow and ice. All that black stuff in it, that's all freaking ice.
Wow.
Wow. What were you doing with that, Jim?
That same thing, man. It's a flip and sell. It's at my buddy's house.
We still have my parents. We still have my parents' first brand new car, 1981 Malibu Classic. I want to get it redone for my dad so bad.
That's cool. 81 Malibu, I think. Is that the short square body ones? They're kind of cool little hot rods. I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I'm looking now. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, the 81 Malibu, there's some freaking cool hot rod cars. If you put the old Corvette Rally wheels on them and stuff, that's a really cool body style. I'll pull up a picture here. Yeah, I like that body style a lot. I mean, if they're just plain Jane, they don't look so cool. But when they got the Corvette Rallies and stuff on them, they're a pretty good looking ride. This isn't the greatest picture, but
Oh yeah, those look really good, man.
yeah, that's a cool old hot rod right there, man.
You know, back in the day, we put the old Krager SS's on everything. What were they? 40s on the front and 60s on the back.
I was just pulling up a picture of one.
Yeah, that's what we would have done to it when we were kids. Throw some headers on it, some traction bars,
Those
some
that
Kragers,
was,
and you had a hot rod.
yep, that's exactly right. Backroads, they're very common drag cars. That's backroads.
Yes.
That's what he did is for racing is drag racing. Yeah, Dan's just said that's a popular body style for drag cars. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool body style, man.
I had a 1985 Chevy Monza that we put a 69 Camaro engine in it, a Muncie 4-speed. I put a small Mopar rear end in it, tubbed it out. And let me tell you, I used to take bets. I used to put a Coke bottle in front of the passenger front tire, and I could just dump the clutch and jump right over that Coke bottle with that tire. I did it so many times. I ended up cracking the frame on that side. I welded 2 plates on it and sold it.
Jeez.
But the guy I sold it to, I mean, I did disclose that. That's what I did. And he ended up making it into a drag car. That thing was an animal. It used to do wheelies and everything. Still putting money into a 2018 Subaru.
Says she put 4 mines in it. What? You talking about like Mines Motorsports?
Well, you got to explain your last comment before you leave.
All right, I'm out. Got training in the morning. Hope y'all have a good weekend.
Miles,
All right,
4 miles on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's funny because Mines is that is so funny because Mines is also a performance aftermarket manufacturer for like the Impreza and other small cars like that. So I thought maybe she was talking about that.
I had an old Cutlass Supreme. I think it was like an 85. And we used to buy cars off the old ladies, like what are they, 455s? But them things used to blow the mains on it. I was changing the engines in that car every summer. I would blow them things up left and right. I was always changing the engine. I spent more time changing engines in that car than anything.
At least engines back then were relatively easy to change.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Yeah. I had a tree in my buddy's yard with the engine hoist on it. And we would change it out in a day, man. Pull up, man. 3 of us get wrenching. back, push the car back, drop the motor, put a new one on it, push the car back up. 3 of us start wrenching. The next day we'd be out tuning it.
That's funny. Yeah, my dad used to have a longest car I ever drove, other than like limousines with Secret Service stuff, is my dad had a Buick, like a 75 Buick Electra 225. Oh my gosh, dude, that thing was a sled.
Yeah, I had a big old Mercury Marquis. I had a 460 in it. I used to put a half keg on the floor in between the back seat and the front seat. That's how much room was in that car.
Yeah, this thing, I honest to God, I think it was longer than a Cadillac Eldorado. I mean, this thing was so freaking long. I don't know what the wheelbase was on it, but it was long.
The second car that I learned to drive was a 1-ton Dodge van.
I learned to drive in that Marquis. I bought that Olds 442, 1970 Olds 442 convertible with all my money from my lawn business. I had 100 customers from the time I was 13 until I was 15. I bought that Olds, and I couldn't get my permit until 16. And I wanted to learn how to drive in something besides a muscle car. So I bought that 4.6, that Mercury Marquis, and I used to drive that at night. I put snow where the license plate would go, and I drive that thing around at night at 15 years old. And I ended up that convertible I had. We used to race for pink slips back then, bad.
Right.
All the muscle cars sitting by them, and you'd pull up to them and you shine your lights. Just pull up and shine your lights on somebody, and they would pull in behind you. We had this special place, Route 365. And everybody would just jump in their cars and we'd go there and drag race, and we raced for pink slips. And I just won a Road Runner that had a 6-pack on it the weekend before. And then someone challenged me with my Olds, and I was doing good. I had a little clunk, and I knew I should have changed the universal joint, but when I grabbed third gear, I dropped the drive shaft, and it was the front universal joint that dropped. And I was just going over a hump in the railroad tracks, and that drive shaft hit the railroad track, put me up on my nose like that, ripped the whole back axle, everything out of the car. I landed down, was doing 360, sparks everywhere. I got out of the car and handed him the keys. I said, "Here you go."
Yeah, that's an expensive U joint.
Oh, I know. Back then they were what, $4? I was so mad.
That's the Electra 225 my dad had. Same color and everything.
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Just such a long freaking car.
You ain't kidding.
So
but
yeah,
I did I won that Road Runner the weekend before, so I started putting that and tuning it up and getting that ready. And I was poor, but I had a good. I always had good technical knowledge. I mean, I ended up getting an engineering degree and everything, but I used solenoids, and I put solenoids on the brake hoses. I spliced the brake hoses and put a solenoid on each one. So I would push the brake, hold it down as hard as I could, and hit that 24-volt solenoid to lock the brake fluid to the caliper. And then I could sit there and do burnouts in that thing. And then when I hit through that switch, it would release the brake fluid, and that sucker would stand straight up.
Yeah, it's like
I made my own line lockers.
I was gonna say it's like, yeah, it's a homemade version of a line lock.
Yeah, I mean, I heard of line lockers, and then I added nitrous to that thing. But the only problem with that, I would melt the rings. You can only use that nitrous about 3 times. The 4th time, you'd blow the engine. So every 2 times, we were changing the rings. But man, that thing was an animal. And then I put a coil pack with a spark plug on the end of each exhaust.
Yeah, so to make backfire flames.
I could make that thing blow flames on people. I mean, I had that Road Runner hooked up. I never raced that one for pink slips. But boy, I made a lot of money off it at the drag strip.
Dan, is that just the part, or does that include installation?
1,400. What's that in? You know what I want to get, Captain? I would love to get an old H1.
Man, I got a buddy of mine, Marine, that he buys and flips those things. There's good money in buying and flipping them, but I've driven enough of them. They're not they're not fun to drive.
No, they're not comfortable, but man, they're cool. A buddy of mine in New York bought one at the Army Reserve auction. And we were doing a demo of this garage. It was just a cinder block garage. And he pulled up with that thing. And I'm like, so are these things as tough as they say? He goes, yeah, they're tough. Why? He drove that thing right through the cinder block wall, man. Scratched the heck out of that thing. But, man, then he backed up, went through it again out the other side. He demoed that garage at like 3 minutes. All we had to do was pick up the debris. He drove straight through the wall out the other side with that thing. It scratched it up, but, man, it didn't do nothing to that thing. Couldn't stop it.
This was my son's truck that we bought him for his graduation when he graduated high school.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, 3 on the tree, manual brakes, manual steering.
Yeah, the old straight 6, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old straight 6. I had an old 76 Ford van. 3 on the column, straight 6. You could not. Matter of fact, I tried to blow that engine up. I had a 305 I was going to put in it. And so I drained all the oil out of that 6-cylinder, drove that thing to my brother's house 30 miles away, drove it back. It would not blow up. So I put oil in it, and I drove it for another 6 months. I finally ended up selling it, and I gave the guy the other engine, the 305, to go with it. And then he had it for like 3 weeks and blew it up.
Oh, wow.
But at least he had a new engine.
You had to replace the whole drive shaft. I did not know that about those M5 diffs. I've driven a lot of M5. I was a lead driving instructor for BMW's Performance Driving School for 10 years. So I've got a lot of seat time in a lot of different BMWs. At one point, I was the highest certified BMW driving instructor in the entire country. So I've got a lot of seat time in those M5s, but I did not know that about the rear diff.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
I mean, about the U-joint. That would suck.
Yeah, they build cars now so that the average person can't build, or they make special tools and stuff just so that you can't do it yourself no more.
Yeah, they certainly don't make it easy. That's for darn sure.
When I first got my F-150, it's a 2002. I was change out the spark plugs when I first got it, and I opened it up and I looked, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is that? It turned out the fuel rails run right across the top of the frickin' spark plugs.
Yeah, you got to take the fuel rail off.
Okay, that's way above my head. I can't do that.
It's actually not that hard, but again, you got to have the right tool to get down in there and disconnect that freaking fuel rail. It's just a little plastic tool that clips over the fuel line.
If you force that thing, you're bumming.
Yeah.
Almost $1,000 later, I got my spark plugs changed.
Yep.
Hey, Dan, here's a picture of me in an E39 M5. And all those marks are from me as well. But yeah, one of my favorite cars to drive, man. That was a good driver's car.
Imagine having Jim as your driver's ed instructor.
Hey, I teach people. I teach teens how to drive. I know when to be responsible.
Nicholas said, "Drop the link."
Oh, I thought I had it up there.
To come up on the panel.
He waited until Richard went to bed. We're going to take bets on if Richard comes back or not.
Has a C-Mod 318 Ti with a full cage and suspension. Oh, okay. I was about to say, at least if he had to have changed the engine in that thing, because those 318s were dogs. It's got an M3 engine in it, driving instructor and road course autocross. So he's probably, I'm guessing if he's a driving instructor, he's probably a driving instructor with like the BMW CCA, Car Club of America.
That's what my 72 Scamp came with, was a 318.
I have you playing when I'm trying to sleep, and I heard Nick, and I was like, I'm not going to let him just come out here.
I thought you was Nick.
There goes the house.
Wow.
I thought he was Nick. I let him in.
Also has a 318
Captain,
Ti.
were you on here when we timed him out?
No.
That was
Oh my word!
Oh, he was so upset he threw a tantrum.
I'm still mad.
So here's one of the camera cars
Yeah,
that I would regularly shoot with. This thing's called a Russian arm. And a lot of times when you see commercials before drones and stuff, this was how we used to make the flyby passes and different views on cars for TV commercials and in movies. And they call it a Russian arm because the piece right there in the center, that is the turret off a Russian tank. That's what the base of that is.
Nick, are you camping?
No, I'm in my truck right
Nick.
now.
Oh, he's in his truck.
What are you doing? You outside?
Yeah, we can barely hear you, Nick.
Yeah,
Oh.
He said he was over at his friend's house.
Am I louder now?
I can't hear him at all.
No,
Nick
not at
has
all, dude.
friends. I didn't know he had friends.
All right, should work better now.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
No, I'm at my friend's house. I
Quit
can't be loud.
lying. You don't have friends.
I can't be loud in the house, so I come out here for a minute.
Okay, cool.
Well, that was nice of you to come join us. Yo, Richard left and was gone for an hour, and then he heard Nick, and he came back on panel quick. He's your number. He fangirls when you come on.
Is that what happens, guys? Is that it?
Well, I would have joined earlier, but I just got done filleting 5 crappie and 3 perch.
Nice.
Oh, good.
He starts drooling after a while, you know.
Yeah,
He
well,
said, oh, is that what happened?
that's funny because I'm gonna head off to bed again. I just thought I'd annoy you.
Oh, you always say that. You'll be back.
I won't be back since you guys expect me to come back. All right, have a good night.
He threatened. Good night, bro. He threatened to go to bed that night. We timed him out too. That was so funny.
Here's something you won't
They timed him out like
many
50
places.
times.
You won't see that many places. That's the inside of the
Wow.
Secret Service garage.
Yeah.
That's all the different Cadillacs.
And you're taking pictures.
Well, yeah, I'm in the garage.
Yeah, I know, but if you're in a Secret Service garage, I think it goes without saying you're not supposed to be taking pictures.
You can take some pictures. That's me standing on one of the old limos when they used to have the Secret Service that would stand on the racks on the outside.
Oh, yeah. Look at them handles.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's when I was
They
up
had
there.
that until the president got shot, didn't they?
Well,
he was in a convertible, though.
yeah, that was yeah.
Did you ever heard of what's that? Dr. Vanos? Look at your look at the comments.
Oh, sorry. Dr. Vanos. No, Vanos is it's for the intake system on a BMW.
Oh,
I've never heard of Dr. Vanos. You always wanted to be a stunt driver. He's a BMW CCA guy. Yeah, I figured that's what it was as a car club guy.
you can always be a stunt driver. Just go out in the parking lot and see what you can do.
Right. Hey, you know what, Dan? I say it all the time, man. When I'm driving down the interstate here, and people are weaving in and out of traffic, I'm like, dude, I get paid good money to do this.
Watch this. Hold my beer.
There's the inside of a presidential limo tire.
JV, how you doing, brother? Wow.
In case you've ever wondered what's inside and why it can keep going.
Them are run flats for sure.
That's a hard plastic center core.
Hi, JV.
JV. Wow, way to come in, JV.
I know.
I had to look at that twice.
I thought it was a thumbs up when I glanced at it the first time.
I did too. I was like, a thumbs up. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, I thought it was a thumbs up until you said that.
See, we're making right. We should have known it wasn't a thumbs up. It's JV. We should have known.
I know. That's hysterical. I thought it was a thumbs up until you said that. That was Good one, JV.
So I got to look up Dr. Vanos. I've never heard of him.
You got to go out, Gabby. Come on.
I got these gumballs that have nerds in them.
Gumballs with
Nerds.
nerds inside of them?
Yeah, there's nerds in them. Like when you bite into them, there's nerds in them. It's weird. It was $5 for $1.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the website now, Dan. That's pretty cool.
Did you hear, Nick? I took Dingo to the doctor again today.
Yeah.
He's
Reef
not.
What'd they say?
He's not a happy doggy.
Oh,
That's because he won't stay off it, so they immobilized him so it'll heal.
Yep.
poor dingo.
4 weeks with that on.
Ain't gonna like that.
But what's funny is the look he gave me when I told him we were at the doctor's and he was about to go inside. He's like, "What you talking about?"
Yeah, he didn't like that.
No.
Yeah, what's not expensive on BMW engines, Dan?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, they're terrible.
I didn't
But the
see that.
E46,
Oh, go ahead.
the E46 M3 inline six-cylinder is still one of the best engines. The S54 was a fantastic engine.
Yeah, I would not eat that, JV. If you don't
Hi,
cook
Reef
chicken, right,
Robber.
it's rubbery.
What you
Got my
got going
Arizona.
on there?
Do some donuts out there, Nick.
Yeah. It's pushing it. It's pushing it even sitting here because everyone's like looking at me through their windows. This is when the tweakers come out.
Is that a 5-speed?
Yeah. I don't know where the top
You
is
don't
for
see a
it.
lot of young men driving manuals these days.
If you want to rob me, here's a GoPro in my glove box. There's a screwdriver up there, but fishing's gone.
Yeah, that's the second time he's done that. I wonder if he's having laptop issues or what.
Here's my dice.
Fuzzy dice.
Yeah, I see the looks I get from rednecks and quotation marks from around here.
I bet. Reef robbers in.
Oh. I woke up this morning, my back is hurting so bad. I've been trying to pick up the dog and put him in the bed and put him in the truck and all because he can't jump around too much. But I finally got him a ramp, but I've already screwed up my back before I got the ramp.
Yep. Yeah, having a messed up back is not fun. I've been living with a messed up back for many years now, and it sucks.
Oh, I just see
And
lightning.
Oh,
all the way up there? Yeah, it's been storming here all freaking night.
I just
I
seen some
knew I
lightning.
shouldn't have picked him up. I've got 8 herniated discs in the back, so.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. You're up in Pennsylvania. Yeah, you got you're up in northwestern PA, right?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a storm coming.
Yeah, you got a storm that's literally headed directly for Erie.
Yep, that's just north of where I am, so.
Yeah, it's gonna come right across you. It's part of the same storm that's got the whole East Coast, man.
You see Crawford County?
Let's see.
South of Erie.
This map is kind of tiny for my old
I mean,
eyes.
I give that out because my PO box is in that county, so I mean.
Oh, I don't care about that kind of stuff. Heck, I'll put my address in the chat. I don't care. If you show up uninvited, it's not going to be a healthy day for you.
I've already got a video of that, Cat.
What's
I
that?
had I had somebody show up. They had actually broke into my neighbor's vehicle, stole some stuff. They came over here, broke into my other neighbor's car, tried to steal some stuff. But they saw my garage door open, so they put all the stuff they stole at the end of the driveway, and they snuck down the fence and
Wow.
came in front of my truck and was coming up to my daughter's car.
Yeah.
But they don't realize I've got a monitor right here, and I
So you got
usually
camera
have my
set up.
cameras hooked up to it so I could see what was going on. And as soon as he got close enough, I stepped out with the gun already in hand, light on him, and I was like, "You better get help!" And,
Right.
yeah. and Dingo ran past me and attacked him and took him to the ground.
Nice.
It's on my YouTube channel. It's called
Okay.
Don't Come to
I'll
My
have to
House
go check
After
that out.
Hours.
I'll have to go check that out. Nick, I don't. Oh, did you say Cambridge?
Crawford.
Crawford. I see
It's a-
Cambridge Springs. I don't see Crawford.
It's a Crawford County, so Cambridge is in Crawford.
Oh, okay. So you got Cambridge, Mill Village.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not showing the county lines for me. It's just showing me all the little towns or little cities.
Well, that's in like the bottom right of Crawford. Well, middle right.
I got you.
Yeah, well, there's a storm coming now because it's starting to rain on my windshield.
Yeah, it's going to be there any second.
This
It's
is
not a bad storm though. It looks like it's mostly just rain and.
Oh yeah, I mean we like
There's a little bit of it's yellow.
well, thank God, but like a lot of times it's like tornadoes. We'll get them, but we get them in the day. You know, things like that. But yeah, that's just rain. Then that's good.
This is a cool app.
You see
Yeah.
that Meadville?
That what?
Meadville under Edinburgh.
Meadville. Yeah.
Just say that's about roughly where I am now with my friends.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you're going to get wet. Probably a good night to not be camping.
So you're telling me to camp then, huh?
Yeah.
No, there's definitely some lightning.
Yeah.
I don't know how well my one friend's gonna do because he doesn't really like storms.
Yeah, my male German Shepherd hadn't been doing too well tonight. He is not a big fan of storms at all. He tries to climb his 120-pound body up under my desk. He doesn't.
He
doesn't
probably
fit.
don't like. He doesn't like fireworks either, huh?
Yeah, he's fireworks, gunshot. He's pretty scared of all that stuff. Now, my son was just telling me him and his girlfriend they have a dog, and it is scared of fireworks, but gunshots don't bother it at all. It's something to do with fireworks. Thunder and lightning, not scared of it either. It's just fireworks only. The dog is terrified of them. So I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me.
I understand that because when like out here when Seahawks play football, everybody wants to shoot fireworks off, and when they start shooting fireworks off, if it's on 4th of July, I know it's 4th of July, and I don't have a problem.
It registers. Yeah.
But when they just out of nowhere start shooting fireworks off, recall to being in the war and stuff comes back, and
yeah,
it kind of puts me in a different attitude. And
sure, Dan's got a German Shepherd. I've got 2 German Shepherds and a pit bull. Dan, I got a male German Shepherd, a female German Shepherd, and then a pit bull. I have to give my dog Benadryl during a thunderstorm. Yeah, I've heard of people having to do that.
All right, well, I'm going to head in. It's going to start pouring, and my friend's waiting, so I just want to
All right, I don't know if Fishing Louisiana is coming back in. I wonder if his computer just completely crashed.
It just gave up on him.
Well, I know that he had one laptop crash on him, and he was using an older laptop.
Yeah, this is the second time he dropped out, but this is a long time.
Yeah,
I don't have his number. I'd shoot him a text.
I've got him on Facebook, but I don't have anything else.
Right. If he doesn't have if he doesn't have the app on his phone, he might not
Yeah.
get it. Where are you out of, Reef Robber? Says it doesn't get thunder at all, thunder or lightning hardly at all. That's interesting.
That's nice.
I had a neighbor growing up. They had a blue heeler and
And
loved.
nice to see you again, Nick.
Nice nose shot there, Nick.
All right. I'll see you guys whenever I'm back home sometime.
All right. Oregon. Oh, okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're out there. You're out there near Coyote then.
Yeah, you're just south of me.
Yep.
I'm in Washington State.
His name was Biscuit, and he would grab the firecrackers with his mouth when you threw them. That's not a real smart dog. However, my female German Shepherd, she attacks stuff like that. Like the weed eater, you can be out there doing weed eating, and she will bite the head of the weed eater to a stop.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I when I pull the weed eater out, I have to make sure Dingo's locked up because he'll go after it. But
Yeah.
When I've got the lawnmower out there, he'll grab the front tire and start dragging the lawnmower the completely different direction that I want to go. And and then I end up in a tug of war with him. And it's like, dude, I'm hurt. Quit playing around like this. But he doesn't like me using that stuff.
Right. There goes my pit bull just moseying around. What are you doing, King? Yeah.
When I was younger, I had a dog named Rocky. And anytime you ride a bicycle around him or anything, he'd bite the front of the tire.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't just bite it and then let it go. He would hold on to it and you
Roll with
run
it.
over his snout. He would roll with the tires. And when his mouth got back up to the fork, he would let go just in the right time. And it was like, oh my God. And it wasn't just like one time or just me. It was anybody.
Right. Dan said, get a riding lawnmower. He won't do that for long. Now, I ran over a neighbor's border collie because it would do that. And I started up, fortunately, it was my Volkswagen Beetle at the time. And I was driving off. Now, granted, it was the rear tire, so it had that little engine weight on it. But he did the same thing. He ran up to grab my tire while I was pulling away. And he slid and went under, and I ran right over his head. And he was perfectly fine. He got up and just kind of shook it off and ran off. I was like, man, you are lucky it was a Volkswagen Beetle.
If it had been one of your trucks or something, he would have been a flat head.
Right. I mean, it would have killed him. But he would do the same thing. He would run after tires, man. It's like, dude, come on. Oh, let's see. I accidentally lit a 50-pack of black cats. He ran with them exploding in his mouth.
Oh.
Jeez. Oh, man.
And yes, Rocco, I named it. My dog was named Rocky. He was a solid white dog. I don't know what kind of dog he was. I was like 10, 11.
Mm.
But then I had a black lab. I wanted to name him one name, but my dad wouldn't let me name him. So I named him. I named him Bro instead. I mean,
Nice.
what else do you name a big black dog from Alabama?
No, don't even do it. So, Backroads and Bass, him and his wife call my male German Shepherd the mailman's dog because he doesn't look like a German Shepherd. He's all tan.
Uh-huh.
So they were like, his wife was like, that's not a real German Shepherd. There's no way. And he's AKC registered. And they call it I think it said either the milkman or the mailman's dog. Oh gosh. And usually anytime I bring my dogs out, he's laughing. Yeah, I'll say usually anytime I bring my dogs off, he'll say something about that.
I feel sorry for my puppy right now.
Yeah. But how long is it going to take him to heal, do they say?
Well, I've got to keep this brace or whatever it is on for 4 weeks. And he's a blue healer, and blue healers don't like sitting still too long.
No, and he's only had it on for what, about a week now, right? Or a little over a week?
No, I just got the brace today.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did say that.
He jumped out of the truck. We had stopped at a place to shoot some guns, and I wanted him to stay in the truck while we were shooting. And he didn't want to stay, so he jumped out the window. And when he landed, he cracked his wrist backwards like that. And he either ripped some tendons, which, if that is the case, I'm going to have him go see a specialist, and it's going to be about $6,000.
Yep.
But
that dog I just showed you a picture of, I have
Mhm.
the exact same problem. When we moved into this house, it has a second on the second story. It's got a balcony. That's where our porch is. And first week in the house, I guess he didn't, his depth perception wasn't right or something. But there was a squirrel in a tree, and he ran through the kitchen, out the door, and launched himself off that deck. And it's probably, I would say, at his peak arch, he was probably around 22 feet in the air.
Oh.
And he landed, and he sounded like a sack of potatoes. And I was out on the deck. I was sitting in the chair, and he ran right past me and just launched. Well, he sounded like a sack of potatoes. And he stood up like he was going to keep going, and then he just sat right back down. And I saw him favoring his paw, and I ran down there, and we took him to the vet. Same thing. And now he has, so with his paw, he can articulate it this way pretty good, but this way, like his right one, you can almost touch it back to here, and his left one that's all you get, and it's just a big knot right here. And the vet said, yeah, you could pay several $1,000s, have it reconstructed and all this stuff. And I said, well, if we don't, what's going to happen? He's like, he'll be fine, except for as he gets older, he's going to start getting arthritis in it. And that he's 6 years old now, and the arthritis is starting to set in. And he's got a little bit of a little hitch in his giddy up as he walks now.
Well, he just did turn 6, but see, he's my service dog, and
Yeah,
I need to do as much as I can for him. So
you don't need to say any more. I hear you, man. Mine is smart as a whip. Backroad said, German Shepherd has spoiled me. I don't think I'll ever get another breed. Just wish it didn't. I'm with you, Backroads. I will never own another German Shepherd for that same reason.
I like my blue heeler. He is a good dog.
My neighbor's got one.
A lot of people told me you couldn't train a blue heeler for a service dog, and I've proved them wrong.
I think any dog can be trained as a service dog if if you have the right trainer.
Yeah.
Rottweilers. I've had one of those too, and they're awesome dogs as long as you can stand the slobber. I don't like the drool, man. It'd be slung all over the walls, everything else.
I got a baby Rott, and she was probably 10, 12 weeks old, and I'd call her LB because when you put food down, nobody could be out on the porch when she was eating. She would attack you.
Wow.
And she was a
little bee.
She was a little bee.
Yeah.
And oh man, we shut the sliding glass door, have her out on the porch, and if you just stand at the door watching her eat, she'd be over there just right at the window.
Reef Robber said he doesn't like a blue heeler at all. What don't you like about them? The looks? I think their looks are kind of cool. They remind me of a dingo.
Well, they are part dingoes. They breed them.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why
that would explain why they remind me of a dingo.
That's why my dingo dog's here. Got his name Dingo.
Poor guy. Yeah, my dog was in that same exact kind of cast.
Well, it's not a full cast really. It's just a like an ace wrap.
Oh, they casted mine. They tried the ace wrap and it wasn't quite stiff enough.
Well,
so in order to make it stiff, they said they'd have to wrap it too tight. They didn't want to cut the circulation, so they put it wasn't like a hard cast like we would wear, but it was harder.
Well, they've got a plastic thing that comes down.
Yeah, that's what he had. It was like a hard plastic
ace wrap around it.
Yeah, that's basically like a cast. Yeah. My cousins used to have blue beepers, and they were absolutely mean. Not only were they mean, but they would try to sneak around and bite you when you weren't expecting it. Jeez.
He was not happy when I took him to the doctor today. He looked at me like, what?
Right. Like, what are you doing to me, Dad?
We pulled up in the parking lot, and I was like, all right, you ready to go see the doctor? And he looked at me like,
Right. Have you lost your
what you
mind?
talking about?
I've got a picture somewhere of my dog. So I was taking him to the vet to get his to get fixed, and I took a picture of him in the back seat while we were on the way to the vet, you know, and then on the way home I took the same picture. He was in the exact same spot, and I put them both together in a meme, and it is freaking hilarious. I think I've showed it the Backroads and Bassmore. I'll have to see if I can find it real quick. It is hilarious because it's literally in the same car in the same. Yeah, he's your buddy.
I woke up to this morning.
That's how my pit is, man. My pit bull sleeps in the bed with us every night. And he's not light. He's a 70-pound pit bull. Healers, stupid autocorrect. Okay. Oh, let's see if I can find that picture.
You want to see what I got? Not last night, but the night before?
Yeah, what's up? Oh, I was on the live stream when you got that.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
She was so happy about getting that raccoon.
So there's the meme that I made. Pre-nut removal, he was all excited, like we're in the car and we're going. And then post-nut removal, his ears are down. He's all sad and upset. It was classic.
Well, when I first took him to the doctor to get looked at, they couldn't hardly do anything to him because he was hurting so bad, and so he was kind of nippy.
Yeah.
And we had to sedate him. And when I first got him home from the doctor and he was still kind of sedated.
Oh, look at his tongue hanging out. He's drunk as could be.
He kind of looked at me like, huh?
Oh,
and that tongue, later that night, that tongue was sticking out about 4 inches.
Right. Oh, man.
Touching the tongue and get him to get it back in because it would start drying out. Looked like leather laying there.
Oh, my gosh.
But what was nice is right next to where the hospital is,
Night Reef. Yeah.
Pancake House. So while I was waiting on him, I had breakfast.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I haven't had a carb in 3 days. I'm trying to do better and shed some weight. I've been getting out and exercising and trying to eat better. So doing a little bit higher clean fats and some protein and no carbs, no sugars.
I need to get out. I need to get out and exercise more, but
I mean, all I'm doing for exercise is
100
walking
yards.
around I'm just walking around my neighborhood a couple times. That's all I'm doing for exercise right now.
Right now, my blood pressure's been so bad. I walk more than 100 yards, I start getting dizzy and I'm ready to pass out.
Dang.
I didn't see that. See you later, Reef Robber.
Yeah, he's headed out.
If you're still here, give me a holler. Let's get together. You're just in Oregon. That's not far from me.
Yep.
It's only like 3 hours to the border.
Oh, really? You're that close?
Yeah.
I was trying to see if Fishing Louisiana maybe opened up another live stream and came up. No, he's just dead in the water.
I sent him a message. He never answered me. And so
That was crazy. Oh, man. Well, we're getting him some watch hours.
it's hard to see where I'm actually at with all the waypoints that I put in there. But you see that blue dot right there?
Yep, I see it.
That's where I'm at.
I got you. I have been. All right. I have been eating much. We are been spending so much time in the shop working on my art. Oh, haven't been eating much.
My
Jeez.
problem is I tend to eat a lot of string cheese and a lot of chocolate.
My wife loves that string cheese stuff.
Yeah, I finished all my string cheese and I don't have any more until I can go to the store and get some.
Yeah.
All I got right now is chocolate.
Yeah. I had to cut all that stuff out, man. No sweets, no nothing. I didn't have to. I'm choosing to. So that makes it a little bit better that I'm to me that I'm choosing to do it and a doctor didn't tell me to do it. Of course, the doctors have told me I need to do it. My cholesterol's over 400.
Oh, they've told me I need to change my diet completely. And I'm like, I'm stuck in my ways.
Well, for me, it just the other day I decided to do it because I just generally feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to feel bad. I'm sick and tired of feeling like crap. If you can find it, Walmart sells a jalapeno string cheese. Great value brand. It's yummy.
I can't do hot.
Yeah, I don't know if my wife would like that or not. She might would.
I'm missing 6 feet of intestines. I can't eat greasy food. I can't eat spicy food. Actually, vegetables. I can eat them, but I don't. If I eat a carrot, it comes out a carrot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny.
And I've told my wife this numerous times, and she constantly tries to throw vegetables in there. I'm like, honey, it doesn't work.
Right. What kind of art do you do, Dan?
Who does it? Oh, damn.
Art. Dan says he hadn't been eating because he's doing his art stuff, but his channel's fishing and stuff. So I just didn't know what kind of art he does. His channel's just got lives of fishing and stuff. I've not been in any of his lives.
I got word from my son-in-law. It looks like he might be able to recover most of what I lost the other day.
Oh, really?
You heard about that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
10 terabytes of video and pictures. Just
yeah. That's crazy.
I felt like I was having a heart attack that night. I
bet.
My chest was hurting.
There's a company in California. So a funny story about that. When my dad died just a few years ago, when I was a kid growing up, my dad had this tattoo on his arm. It's called the Humi duck. You may know of it from the military.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it used to be part of this whole thing. It was like they had one duck that said Uncle Sam wants you, and then there was another duck that says who me, and it was called the Humi duck. The Humi duck, and they used to paint it on the front of ships and stuff. Well, my dad had the Humi duck tattooed on his arm, and as a kid, I always said, "Man, I want that tattoo one day." And so anyway, when he died, I didn't have any pictures that had a clear picture of that Humi duck. So I took a picture of him. Literally, he was already passed away, and I took a picture of that tattoo on his arm in the hospital bed after he passed away. And then I was like, one day I'm going to get this tattoo on me. So as weird as it is, time had gone by. I'd kind of forgotten about it, but I wanted to do it. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get that tattoo. I went and got the tattoo, and that's what this one is. That's the Humi duck that he had on his arm.
That's cool.
That's what. So, but turns out I got it. The tattoo, I got it on the day he died. I didn't even know it. I had no idea. my son was the one who told me when I got home. He's like, "Oh, that's cool. You got it on his anniversary of his death." I was like, "What?" I had no idea. Yeah, it was crazy. So, what was I telling that story about? You said something, and it made me think of that.
That's funny. I don't know where he went.
Metal sculptures. Okay, that's cool.
I would think if Fishing Louisiana was not in here, I would think the stream would automatically end.
That's what I thought, but this has happened on another channel that I was in, and it didn't do that. I used to make a lot of abstract metal sculptures, got laid off from the job at the end of 2011, hadn't had a welder and other. Okay, finally. That's cool, man. Yeah, I actually work with when I was doing a lot of commercial stuff, like commercials on TV and driving, one of the guys that does all the rigging on the cars that hold the cameras, they're called grips. Yeah. And this guy, his name is Talmadge Peace, and he's a key grip, and he did all that stuff. On his side job, that's exactly what he did. He would take all kind of like just scrap metal, like look like Sanford and Son at his house, but he would turn it into really cool art and sell it. And he made, I mean, some of the stuff was just beautiful. He made these big butterflies and all kind of stuff. I was just like, man, that is just, I have zero artistic ability. So it always impresses me when people can have that vision to have a pile of what looks like nothing and turn it into something where you're like, wow, that's pretty freaking awesome.
When I was in elementary or whatever, my parents wanted me to learn an instrument. I said, I want to learn the harmonica. They're like, okay, sure. All my life, I've been trying to learn the harmonica. I've gone through 4 or 5 different teachers throughout different years. And stuff. The only instrument I can play is animal noises.
Yeah, I've heard you do a bunch of those. I never learned an instrument. Literally, I can't think of, I can draw a little bit, like, especially when I was younger. I don't know now, but like I could not trace, but like if I looked at a picture and looked at it while I was drawing, I could draw a copy of what I was looking at.
See, and I couldn't even draw.
But that was
my daughter. She is in college at an art institute, and she actually drew. Let me see if I can do this right. I messed up last time.
Maybe. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. I'll be looking out for that. So he's gonna do a live stream. What's you got?
My daughter drew that.
Oh wow, that's pretty impressive.
That's my hobby business card type thing for my nuisance animal trapping.
Gotcha. And she drew the whole thing, the wolf and everything, huh?
Coyote.
Or coyote. Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
Coyote, man. I'm not a wolf. Everybody else want to be a wolf. I'm a coyote.
Coyote makes me think of the car from Hardcastle and McCormick. The car was called the Coyote.
When I first started using it, it was back when like that movie Coyote Ugly came out.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh, are you an ugly girl?" And I'm like, "No."
Yes, yes, I am.
Sneaky little bastard that you better watch out for and never piss off.
Oh, that's crazy. Dan said he was the same way. He said he could look at Disney characters if he was, or he could draw a Disney character if he was looking at it, but he couldn't otherwise. You know, I did the same thing. This guy, you remember back in the day when we used to have the blinds on your window, not the mini blinds, but the roll-up kind. They were like one solid piece. They kind of rolled up. But this guy went to the college in Louisiana that's got a bird. It's a basketball team. I don't know what it was. I don't know sports. But anyway, it was this
anti-sports person.
Right. This was some kind of big bird, red bird for the Louisiana college that he went to. He had a picture of it on a thing about this big, and he was like, dude, I'd like to have that on this blind so that when I pull it down, it's up. I drew the piss out of it. I was so proud of myself, man. It came out really good. But if I'd have not been looking at that thing, I couldn't have drawn it. Like I can't just freehand draw something. I have to be looking at it and then I can copy it. And I don't have the artistic ability to just come up with something to draw.
Well, my thing is, I know what I want in my head, but putting it out there, I can't do it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to pictures and stuff, man, I can make some great, pretty pictures.
Now I know how to frame a shot. I actually got into photography just a little bit. With I had a Nikon D900 and D700 that I would go out and shoot with. And quite honestly, I just couldn't afford to keep buying glass for it. But I got to where I understood the rule of thirds for imagery and stuff. But what I really enjoyed taking pictures of, and quite frankly doing video of, were cars. And not for the reasons that you would think, not because I'm a driver, but I understood the worst picture to take of a car is standing at normal eye level and just take a picture of it. To make a car look good, you want to get it away from the normal level that everybody sees it. You want to be either up high or down super low or at a different angle where we don't normally see cars, and the thing just comes to life on you. You hit it with the right light and take it at a different angle, and it can make an ugly car look freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, I used to in high school. You weren't allowed to get into the photography class until you were the last 2 years of high school, senior and
junior.
Yeah, I'm bad with that. And I got to the school and I was like, I want photography class, and they said, nope, you're too young. And I said, I want photography class, and I want fucking photography class now. Nope, you can't have it. So I pulled out my portfolio and showed it to the photography teacher, and he, oh my God, yeah, he's getting into photography right now.
Yeah, when you got a natural talent for something, man.
Well, my dad is a professional photographer. He worked for Bassmaster magazine, and that's why I know Jimmy Houston and
gotcha. Some of the pros.
Yeah, all the old pros.
Yep.
Bill Dance.
Yep. I don't know a lot of those old guys from fishing either because I'm not a.
I mean, I've even got a signed book from Jimmy Houston.
Oh, nice.
When I went into boot camp, he sent that to me.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, my son used to draw anime, Dan. That's pretty cool. And he could do the same thing just out of his head, just create anime and draw it. He actually published his first poetry little book when he was still in high school. Like
that's what my daughter does a lot of, is the anime type stuff.
Yeah.
But see, my wife is Japanese. She's half Japanese, so she's big into that type stuff. And
right.
But
yeah, I get you, Dan. So yeah, he said basically his metal stuff, he can just do it from his head, from his mind.
I used to do and one of my pictures that I won a good award with. I had taken a snake that I'd had, and he was laying all like that, and I got kind of down at his level, kind of under him, made a picture of him, and he was kind of up like that, like he was in a striking position.
Yeah.
But then I went outside and made a picture of my friend standing there like that, and I put them together in the dark room, double exposing them, and it made it look like it was like a 50-foot snake, and my friend was sitting there holding the snake back.
Right.
And everybody would look at the picture at first and was like, oh my God, where'd you get that snake?
It's a big anaconda. Yeah, my son just, Dan, my son, it's not like he's some published author or anything like that. It's just he went online and there's places where you can do the self-publishing stuff, and that's all he did. Wasn't like he made money on it or anything like that. He just wanted to have he wanted to have that when he was in high school. He wanted to publish his own poetry.
Well, how long should we wait for Fishing Louisiana? We're just going to hijack his channel tonight and run him a long live stream.
Right? I don't think anybody else is live right now. Dan said he's going.
We
He's
can't
gonna
bring anybody else up or anything.
I don't think so. No.
We just kind of kidnapped his stuff and got it going.
So Dan said he's going to do a live next week from his shop. He's going to make something fishing related and give it away. Oh, that's cool. I need to make sure I'm subscribed to you. I think I am, but I never really know, because when I quit my fishing channel and I canceled it, I lost all my fishing people that I was subscribed to, and they weren't on my car channel because that's not the community I had here. So a lot of people that I had, I'm having to resubscribe to because I did not carry them over. Let's see.
YouTube made it that it's so hard to look somebody up nowadays.
Yeah, well, his came right up, man. I did a copy of it. I just kind of scrolled over and did a copy paste into YouTube for his name, and his came up. You know, a part of that being able to find you is making sure you have a good creative name, and you don't make mistakes. Like you can see, his has Dan, DAN apostrophe S. Like my Let's Drive, I've had people that'll go and look for me and not put the comma or the apostrophe S. They'll just put Let's. Or they won't put the USA. They'll put just Let's Drive instead of Let's Drive USA, the full deal. And a lot of times that'll make it hard to search. So that's why if I'm ever looking for somebody, especially if I found them in a stream, I'll go back to that stream and I'll just do a copy. I'll highlight on the computer, copy their name, and that way I know it's exactly. And most of the time it'll pull up whoever they are.
Yeah, I'm bad with reading and writing and stuff, so that's the way I do it too. But I liked it when you could just hit the 3 little dots and pull up their channel.
Yeah, I hate that they got rid of that. My channel, he must have just subscribed to me. I think he found me. Yep, he just subscribed to me. I just got the notification that he subscribed. Dan subscribed to me because I just subscribed to him. He said, "What's your channel?"
No, I could have put his channel in here now that I've got it. I am a Blue Renter.
Yeah, I am too.
And I'll type in the channel or the chat so you can see who I am. That's me.
Who is the right? He's getting ready to pop it up.
I just said howdy.
There it is. Well, but he still can't.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up my channel, and I'll drop my link, and then I'll do.
I got it.
Okay.
Of course, my computer wants to be slow. I'm on a backup computer. Well, I'm on a backup computer too because my laptop crashed the other day. So there's the rights. Come on. They say if I can learn edit video. Oh yeah, that's the worst, dude.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem. I would have a lot more videos out if I could get this editing down.
I freaking hate it. I just absolutely hate doing the editing. I know there's people that like it, but I hate it.
Oh, Mud Tramp, how you doing?
Mud came in. Mud, we hijacked.
we hijacked Fishing Louisiana.
I was just about to drop your link, and she already beat it too. So she must have been one of the 6 that was in here watching us. Oh, and Dan said he was going to go. He got a notification when you added him, so he'll find you from that. So
excellent. You know, I sent a message to Fishing Louisiana on Messenger. Said, "You okay?" And I ain't got a comment back from him.
That's so crazy, man. I mean, I guess maybe his computer took a just complete crash, or something might have come up. You know, like I was on a live stream earlier. This channel called it's called Is Your Six Covered? They do gun talk and stuff.
Yeah. And
he's up in North Carolina where it's raining really bad, and all of a sudden he's like, I guess his son or somebody was over he's in his basement, and he's like, "What is that? What is that? A hole? There's water coming through there?" Okay, we got to go. We got a leak in the basement. It was raining so much, the water started running in the basement, and that's where his little man cave is. So he had to bail. And that's when I came. That's when that live ended. I was like, crap. And I saw that Fishing Louisiana was on, so I came in here. Hey, Mud. So you been in here the whole time?
Mud Tramp was commenting on my Facebook message today.
She's all over the place. There was a lady went live yesterday who I'm subscribed to, but I had never seen any of her stuff. And she went live, and she actually seemed really nice. It was a pretty cool chick. She sounds pretty adventurous. She just moved down from Rhode Island, I believe it was. I don't remember her channel. I know Mud will know who I'm talking about because she was in there as well. She seems to be everywhere. But she's a pretty cool chick, man. She's like, I'm interested in hearing her story because she was like, she loaded up all her stuff into a SUV. Let's see, Epic Quest for Catfish, Laura the Explorer. That's the name of her channel. But yeah, she like loaded all her stuff up into her SUV and just drove down south from New Hampshire and stopped when she got into Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and that's where she lives now.
Sounds like me. I lived in Florida. My wife went back to Japan for a visit, and she said, she called me up and said, I don't want to live in Florida anymore because it's too far away from my parents. And I said,
I heard you saying this, that you moved it like to like a halfway point, right? So it was easier to get.
Yeah. And I said, well, I'm not liking my boss I'm working for. Let's move to Washington. She said, I'll meet you there. So I went to my work, told my boss, screw you, I'm out of here. And I packed up my car and told my parents that put all my stuff into storage. And I drove a Pontiac Grand Am from Florida to here to Washington in 3 days by myself.
Wow. Yeah, that's a run.
When I slowed down or stopped was to fill up with gas. And when I filled up with gas, I would relieve myself.
Right. Relieve yourself, get some coffee, and hit the road again.
Yep. And I got out here. I got a hotel room at the Motel 6. The next day they flew in from Japan, and we've been out here ever since.
Wow. That's crazy.
But it's kind of nice because her parents are in Japan and my parents are in Florida, and they're close enough that we can go visit if need be, but they're not just showing up every day going, hi.
Right.
Alone.
Well, that's like I mentioned this the other night in the stream that my wife and I love to watch Everybody Loves Raymond, and there's an episode on there where they talk about where they were going to live in relation to his parents, and he was like, okay, well, here's the hot zone, and they're on a map drawing these rings. They're like, okay, if we live in this radius, it's just far enough where they won't come every day, but close enough for them to drive. If we get outside of that, then they got to fly, so they're laying out this whole map. And the end result was they ended up moving across the street from his parents. But it was pretty funny. It's like, okay, this is the hot zone. If we live here, they will be here every day.
We lived in the same town as them as my parents for a while down in Florida, and I hated it because I'm a junior. I'm named after my dad,
right.
and my dad is a minister. And he's also he worked for Campus Crusade for Christ.
Okay, so he's an evangelist as well?
Yeah, he does that. But, I mean, he worked for them mainly for the photography work.
Oh, okay.
But he's also, I'm forgetting words. He preaches to people and all that. He's been ordained ministered now.
Okay.
And so he has men groups, and he counsels these men Well, he doesn't have an office or anything, so he started making his office in Burger King.
Nice.
I'd go into Burger King and they'd go, "Hi, Mr. Wright. You're used. Wait a minute. You're not Mr. Wright.
So y'all
Who are
look alike as
you?"
well?
And I'm like, "That's my dad. I'm Junior." And they're like, "Oh, so good to meet you." And it's like, "Yeah, leave me alone."
That's funny.
Hang on a minute. I'll show you a picture. I can't find it. When I was younger, in
We don't know what happened. Hang on, we don't know what happened to Jake Mudd. We were all up here on the panel, and then all of a sudden, one time he went away and he was gone for a couple minutes, and he come back. Oh, there's a couple cool pictures.
That's my dad, that side, and that's
Yeah.
me.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool, man. I don't have anything like that in my dad. But anyway, so he went away and then he came back. Well, then this time he went away and he just hasn't come back. We don't know what happened, and it's probably been an hour.
It's been almost an hour. It's just been you and me up here, and we're just
carrying the stream.
just going. We're getting his watch hours up.
Right.
I don't even know if he can join back with us.
Right. I don't know if he's watching it or
he's probably over there going, "Please don't do anything wrong. Please don't do anything wrong."
Right. The Captain Coyote show. Oh man. Yeah, like I said, I've been checking just in case, because sometimes people will have this issue and they go out and they start another stream. Yeah. And I've been checking, and no, he hadn't started another stream.
Well, I'm surprised he hasn't even commented or even messaged me back, because I sent the 2 pictures and then I said, "You okay?" And I'm like,
that's crazy.
Nothing.
No, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Wait till the next time he goes live.
I'm wondering how long we should take his live stream for.
Right. Well, I don't know if he needs watch hours, or I don't know what his status is for his channel. So
I only have 400 watch hours right now.
Really?
Yeah, my big video that had all the watch hours just hit the 1 year mark. And so
oh yeah,
I lost 200 watch hours, and I'm like, crap.
Yeah, that's just freaking defeating though, man. It's like, oh.
I still can't believe I've got one video that has 10,000 views.
Right.
It's the worst video of all of my videos. I caught a coyote in a live trap, and I sound like the Wicked Witch of the West, because I kind of walk up and I get all excited. It's the first one ever. And I'm like, "Oh, my little pretty." And I'm like, "Oh, crap.
Right. What is wrong with me?" Oh, Dan didn't get, he called us the Cock and Cooter Show. That's funny. I've actually been called Cooter because working on one of the jobs I had, I was a maintenance technician for a bearing packaging manufacturer, and I worked on the machinery. And this guy would always call me Cooter because I was always greasy and stuff from all the bearing grease and everything, and just like Cooter from what show was Cooter on? Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. He was the mechanic from Dukes of Hazzard. So this guy, Kelly, that worked there, he always called me Cooter. So that's pretty funny that he called me Cooter. Or, I don't know, he might have called me the Cock. I don't know. My few lives only have me at 75 watch hours. Yeah, but you don't even have 200 subscribers yet, right, Dan? You're like 100 and some subscribers. So it just takes time. And I'll tell you what, I was talking to another channel about this last night. We had a phone call. I watched this video, and and maybe most of you know this. I didn't, because I've never looked at YouTube as a hey, I want to do this to try to make money. I don't know if you know the story, but that's why I canceled my fishing channel. A lot of people were giving me a hard time about, oh, you're just, you're going to do it till you get monetized, then you're going to do this, that, and the other. And I was like, no, I promise. I'm just doing this for fun. I have no interest. So as soon as I got monetized, I deleted everything.
You see, you and I are the kind of the same way. I can't get monetized. So I'm doing this just to show other disabled people you can still get out there and do stuff.
Right. Well,
And
so that's been my mindset. But this channel I'm subscribed to, I was 105 after you guys. Okay. So I was watching this guy, and he's a financial guy. And a young, he's probably 20, 25, 26, something like that. And he decided to do a video and reveal everything as far as how much he makes on YouTube from every aspect of YouTube. It's a really good video. And I watched it and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? In 3 years, this guy last year, $3.4 million is what he brought in from his YouTube. $3.4 million. He's got 3 million subscribers, and he started making that in just 3 years. He's been on for longer than 3 years, but in a 3-year period, he went from making like $100 and some thousand to last year making $3.4 million. I did not know that it could get that big that fast. And what he also did was he tells you in there, here are the things you need to do. These are some of the things that will help get you there. And I was really, really surprised. I don't know. I knew you could make money. I knew people made hundreds of thousands of dollars. I didn't know people made millions doing this stuff.
yeah.
So, it just blew me away. And then so now I've been looking, and there's some of the strategery that he talked about with the ads and why, you don't want to swear in your channels or have certain things because of the way the ad system works and who people will place ads on your videos based on what the content is and stuff. It was just really cool and enlightening. And it made me really rethink, man, because I've had an idea in my head for about a year of something to do, and I may actually take it up now.
If I could make even half that much, I would give up my disability for that. I just say the doctor, dude, here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, but here's one of the things that you have to look at. And this is right. That's insane money. I know, right, Dan?
And see, but that's what actually pisses me off about like football and sports and stuff. Mm-hmm. Why do they need $250,000 to play a football game, chasing a ball around that looks like my left?
Well, here's the thing. I understand where you're coming from, because for a long time I had that same mindset, but then I looked at it just like an actor or an actress. They make multi-millions of dollars as well. Why? Because they're in the entertainment business. They entertain us, and people will pay to be entertained. And that's
veterans.
Oh, hey, I get it. I'm not saying right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying this is why they make that much money, because they entertain people, and because of that entertainment, there's a lot of people that watch it, which means there's a lot of opportunity for marketing and advertising, and that sells products. And as a result,
I understand that concept and all, but I was in war. I've been in it, and I come back and I get crapped on, and it's like, really?
Yeah, no, I get. Well, I was enlisted as well, and I got a real sour taste in my mouth for the military these days now. Like, I just don't. I have issues with the way our government uses our military now.
Yeah.
And so that bothers that part of that bothers me a lot. However, like you said, I entertain myself every day, and I never pay myself. But you're right. I think veterans, especially those that have been downrange and have come back, injured, not injured. I don't care if you weren't injured or not. If you've been downrange and just the psychological effects of that, there should be a far greater compensation than what, like, in my opinion, if there was a way to keep the scamming out of it, because I know a lot of guys that scam the piss out of disability.
Oh, yeah.
And it pisses me off because there's guys that'll go freaking ride a desk and they'll happen to be somewhere where a bomb went off and they get to claim, you know, disability for psychological stuff. It's just, it's taken too far. If there was a way to negate that and keep that out of it, I would say anybody that serves and goes down range, you get a free ride when you come back home. We pay for your home, we pay for your car. I'm not saying you're going to get a freaking mansion and a Lamborghini, you know. No, yeah. Well, I have no doubts. And like my buddy Gabe, same thing. I mean, he was over in Ramadi when they had the big crap storm in Ramadi in 2003 or 2004.
See, those are prisoners. We destroyed that boat, and we got all those prisoners. I mean, we did it all.
Yep. Man.
So, and people tell me, well, you were on a ship. You didn't see nothing. Okay.
Oh, that's not, yeah.
Why did I have a prisoner in?
Yeah. My dad did 3 tours in Vietnam on a ship. And yeah, that saying you don't see action on a ship is completely, you just don't know what you're talking about.
Waking up every night to dong, 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 dong. General quarters. Reason for general quarters, inbound missile.
Right.
Origin. Well, you're on a little bitty ship. You ain't got no place to hide. All you do is stick your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's see. I'm just bothered by celebrities and athletes making millions, wanting to voice their opinions on things, but won't spend that money to help anything. I would say to that particular comment, I would say I agree with you, but I also, how do I want to say this? It's their money. They have a right to do with it whatever they want. That's my opinion. I think because I truly believe in a free society, right?
And I agree with that, but
because otherwise you start to get into
more.
Otherwise you started to get into forced redistribution of wealth, and I don't buy into that crap. If you have the ability, whatever means that may be, to get out there and make however much money you want, you get to do whatever you want with that money, in my humble opinion. And then he says, I mean, $35 million a year to play basketball, but just live the high life and not help anything. Yeah, I get it. Unfortunately, you can't legislate morality, right? Because what you're talking about is this moral fiber of, they don't help anybody, and a lot of them do. A lot of them actually do, but a lot of them don't and could. So yeah, you get into
actors and actresses help the freaking illegal immigrants and stuff.
Yeah,
and
a lot of times
that pisses me off too.
Right, a lot of times the money they do use to help stuff is not really help. It's helping to serve what we would deem negative things in a lot of cases.
And that's where me and my wife got in an argument one night. She goes, I don't understand how you can hate or like Trump so much because he's against immigrants. I'm like, whoa, time out. He is not against immigrants. He's against illegal immigrants.
Yep.
We did 6 months of paperwork, freaking 4 foot high, translated in Japanese into English and English into Japanese.
Right.
We did all of that. She's here legally.
Yep.
That's all good.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
Illegally, and you're getting money that our homeless people should be getting?
Yep.
What the?
Yep. Becca said she would probably get paid millions to shut up. Yeah, you're right. I understand that completely.
I like Becca's voice, though. I like her Southern accent.
But don't be about something and not do anything about it. Kind of like not voting, but wanting to be about who's in office. Dude, Dan, totally understand that. And to me, that doesn't just mean monetarily. I like you said with the voting. To me, if you're going to complain about something, I think you should probably look at yourself and see if there's anything that you can do to help that situation. That may not even mean monetarily, right? So I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But again, the decision to do that is your own decision, right? You can't be forced to do it. It sucks that people don't just help. You know, a lady's carrying a bunch of stuff and about trying to walk into a store. I'll grab the door and open it for her, or I could just stand behind her and watch her try to figure out how to open it, right?
Hurry up.
Right. There's some people that'll just stand there and watch her struggle, and there's others that'll open the door for her gladly. You can't force that person to go open the door for her. Unfortunately, that's part of a free society.
See, that's one reason I'm doing my channel. I want to show other disabled people you can still get out there and do stuff.
Sure.
And so veterans, I mean, I don't talk about it very much because I was on the list, but 22 people a day kill themselves practically. And
I thought it was up to 20. I thought it was 23. It's somewhere around. It's more than it needs to be. It's like 22, 23.
They advertise. The big thing is the 22.
Yeah.
They always talk about 22. And so when I get better in editing my videos and I can make my videos actually look right, then I'm going to start doing more to show my honor toward the other veterans and stuff like that. And so that's what I want to get to eventually.
Yeah, me and a Marine friend of mine, and then a guy who was in MI6 started this business several years ago. It's called, you can see on the door there, well, maybe not. It says Overland Unlimited. But we would take vets out in Jeeps, and we would do these overland tours to get them out in nature and do kayaking and fishing, and we would do off-road excursions, teach them how to use the Jeeps and stuff like that. And it was just a way to get these guys back out into nature, get them around a bunch of like-minded individuals, and we'd sit down at lunch and just talk about things and, get some stuff off your chest, that kind of stuff. It was actually really cool.
I tried to get into a group out here that does that. They're on Facebook, and I got invited to a duck hunt, and they harassed me about the clothes I was wearing, the duck calls I had, just basically shitted on my parade all day long. And it was the worst hunt I'd ever went on. And then to rub mud in the wound, they give me all their birds because I never got a shot off because I couldn't get up fast enough because of my back and stuff. They stuck me in a corner pulling a string to make the decoy move.
Oh, come on, man.
And I'm like, this is my first hunt, and you got me
pulling a string.
And I was mad. And
oh, I bet. Were they a nonprofit?
Yeah, it's a veterans group on.
Yeah, we were a nonprofit as well. Yeah,
they're all over the place, but I found them on Facebook, and when they gave me all the birds, I was like, okay, thanks. I drove to the end of the driveway. I stopped, opened up the back door, threw all the birds in the driveway, and just drove off. I was like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, I
don't want your pity patty on my bird shooting. But I got to go like a week later with this guy and had a blast, and I get to go hunt his property now pretty much anytime I want for coyotes. And then duck season, I go down there and duck hunt.
Yeah, for the Marines, they've got a nice. There's one of the ones that is really nice is called the Semper Fi Fund. They're a really good organization. They're really good to their guys. They do a lot of nice things. Dan says, I know veterans have taken their life. I know veterans that have taken their life. My cousin was in the Marines. He's kind of messed up. I try to be there for him all I can. And my best friend was in the Marines 18 years till they gave him Medical retirement. Okay. He's pretty messed up too. Spent time talking to my mom a lot. Yeah, dude. And you know what? Honestly, Dan, sometimes that's the best thing. Like my buddy Gabe, sometimes that's the best thing you can do is just be there, dude. Be there. Be ready to pick up the phone. If Gabe calls me, I pretty much always answer the phone because I never know that it might be the time he's standing there on a freaking bridge going, dude, I can't take it. You know, so it happens a lot. And that's, you know, I try to be that for a lot of my friends. I'm just like, you know what, hey, if you ever need anything, pick up the phone and call me before you do something stupid, man. Just give me a call. You know,
I had that kind of friend.
Yeah. And it's, you know, and I mean, I try to be like that. Anybody that I consider a friend, I try to be like that, even if it's, you know, hey, a lot of times I'll tell people, hey, are you calling me just because you want to vent and get something off your chest? Or are you calling because you actually want me to do something and you need me to help? You know, those are, you know, I'm good either way. I just need to know because I'm a kind of reactive, take action person. If you call me, I'm ready to go, okay, what do you need me to do to help? But sometimes, you know, it's just like, dude, I just need to vent and get this off my chest before I freaking go off on somebody.
Yeah, that's my problem. I tell everybody they can call me, but I really don't have anybody that I can call and vent, and it just builds up, and then I start getting a lot more chest pains more often.
Yeah, you got to be able to get that stuff off your chest, man. It's unfortunate you haven't found somebody to. What I mean, and I know I don't want to get too personal, but your wife, you can't really talk about that kind of stuff with her. I know that dynamic is usually way different.
Well, she's Japanese.
Yeah.
And so you got a whole different culture. I mean, I met her in Japan. When I met her, she didn't speak any English.
Yeah. So aside from the husband-wife dynamic, you've got a full-blown cultural dynamic to deal with as well.
Exactly. I'm trying to raise kids that way. And a lot of times she'll say something or do something that throws me back in that military feeling. And then I can't talk to her because she actually is the one that started it. And I'm just like,
right. Yeah. Well, and which is kind of interesting because you wouldn't think, because most of your service was done, I would imagine, in Middle Eastern areas and not.
Well, I was home port Japan. I lived Japan 7.5 years.
I got you. Okay, that explains that. Okay.
And then we would go from Japan over to the Gulf area, and we went over for Desert Shield, and we're just out the side of the Gulf doing checks and searches on other ships and stuff, looking for contraband. Then when the war was about to start, we moved up in, and since we were a small ship and we were low under the water, I mean, we could go into real shallow area. We were put up on the front line, and I was watching camels run across the shoreline.
Yeah, because you're in a shallow water boat. Yeah.
And we would shoot the 76 millimeters at things up on the shoreline. But what was bad is you'd be sitting there and you'd just have cruise missiles just.
Yeah.
And that gets you, but you think, okay, wait a minute, that's south, so those are our missiles. That's okay. But then you start seeing missiles coming back the other way, and it's like, oh, those are not the good ones.
Right.
I watched a Scud missile go right above our ship and blow up, and you could just kind of see stuff kind of go like that, and our chemical alarm went off.
Oh no.
And they tried to tell us it was the exhaust from the ship making the chemical alarm go off. And I was like, I've been on this ship for 4 years and we've never had that happen before.
Right.
Don't lie to me. I ain't stupid.
Right. I was born on a day, but it wasn't yesterday.
I was putting my gas mask on as fast as I could, but they were yelling at me, take that off. You don't need that. I feel like crap ever since.
Yeah. Well, my buddy Gabe tells me it's when he was over there fighting, he was like, you know, they'd be in a ground battle, and coming up the river behind them would be the boats with the what I can't remember the type of gun on it, but he said it just sounds like a buzz coming. It just he's
Yeah,
like it's just making that noise. He's like, when you hear that, you know everything's gonna be okay. Like you just duck down and it's just they're just ripping bullets through there.
oh yeah, that's those mini Gatling guns.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a name they call them something, but I can't remember what it is. But he was like, dude, that's the best freaking sound.
They can mount them on the small boat. They can mount them on like the Humvees,
Yeah,
and they also mount them on the doors of the helicopters now. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just said
when
that's
they
just
come in, you just feel real relief. Or you hear that A10 come in, you're just like, okay, we're good to go now.
Yeah, he's got they actually wrote a book about his platoon, and it's called Joker One, and it's a really good book. It's a fan. I don't know where to get it. Like I actually bought a hardback copy in my local Barnes and Nobles, but it's available online. And it's a real easy read, but it is a fantastic book. I mean, I read it on a plane flight. I was going East Coast to West Coast, and I read it on the flight. And I literally had tears in my eyes from being upset to tears in my eyes from laughing reading this book. I mean, it was so fun. There's one point where he talks about he's against the wall, and my buddy didn't write this. It was his platoon sergeant, I think, that wrote the book. It might have been his gunny, but that wrote the book. And there, at one point, there's how about a RPG was coming at him. It hit. They were doing building recons. It hit the ground. It hit the sidewalk, but didn't blow up, and it skipped like a football. He jumped up over it, and it just kept going. It never blew up. I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh, is it? But for it, I mean, it's such a good book because it goes through so much stuff. They just put you like you're really in it. You know what I mean? It's really cool.
Well, I had an international driver's license, and my captain got called to a meeting, and I got to drive the Jeep for him. And you drive over there, you drive with a whole different attitude. You see something in the road, you don't run it over. You try to avoid it.
Oh yeah.
If somebody is in your way to avoid it, you run them over.
Right.
Because you don't stop. You're doing about 40, 50 through the town, and you're just like, it's all good.
Well, Gabe said that was one of the scariest things they did, the clearing buildings. You go out early in the daytime. I think they talk about this in the book too, but you go out and it's still dark out and you're walking the streets and you can't really see anything. And it's like, that's the most dangerous thing because you can't see if it's an IED in the street or whatever. I mean, it's just crazy, man. Your hairs are standing up all the time. So yeah, it's crazy. So Richard came in and said, "Where is Fishing Louisiana?" We don't know, dude. He dropped out over an hour ago now, and
we took over his live stream.
We just kept going.
It's the Coyote and Captain show.
He's tied up somewhere. Captain hijacked his channel. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we don't know. We can't bring anybody up on panel though, so it's just he and I sitting here chilling.
We're gonna see how long Fishing Louisiana lets us take this stream. He's probably over there going, all right, guys, come on."
Right. So here I'm gonna just
I texted him too, and he doesn't respond to me, so we're not sure what happened to him.
Oh, you have his number, Richard? Because I didn't know anybody had his number, so
I don't have his phone number. I just messaged him on Facebook.
In case anybody's interested, I dropped the link to that book Joker One in the chat. It's like I say, it's a great read. So Richard must have his actual phone number. That's crazy. I hope everything's all right, man. That's kind of weird that he just like nothing.
I'm just surprised the stream is still going. When the channel person dropped out, I figured that thing would go away too.
Right. Dan said one of his old neighbors was a tank operator on the front lines going into Fallujah. It messed him up. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
dude. Yeah, you're kind of a sitting duck in one of those things.
My dad's friend was a door gunner in a Huey in Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
and he said the worst thing he ever happened is they were coming in to pick up a group, and one helicopter landed here, and the other helicopter landed beside him, and he was in one of them, and the soldiers come running in to start getting in the helicopters. Well, one of the soldiers ran up to the other helicopter and started like grabbing at the gunner, the door gunner,
Yeah.
and either pulled his rifle up or a pistol out or something. And my dad's friend just had to
Jeez.
take him out before he took out the gunner on the other
Yeah.
helicopter. And I mean,
Oh my
that was his
God.
own guy.
My God.
And so,
Brutal. Yeah, my uncle, he was a helicopter rescue pilot in Vietnam, and he actually has a award for the most amount of rescues in Vietnam as a helicopter pilot.
wow.
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy job, dude. Those guys, those pilots, were nuts.
One of the craziest things I've been involved in, though,
Just called in, no answer. What am I looking at? It
it's
looks
an
like
F-14 hanging over the side of a ship.
I was gonna say it looks like it's hanging off something. So
Yeah, you see
was that a botched landing?
see the bars right there?
Yeah.
That's from the ejection seat getting shot out.
What happened? That's a
Well, we on the aircraft. For 4 years I was on a small boy, and I was a boatswain's mate. Then
Right.
I re-rated and went aviation boatswain's mate, and I worked catapults and recovery gear.
okay.
And so I was launching airplanes off the ship, and you have the two cats in the front, they're parallel to each other basically, but the back two cats kind of crisscross each other.
Okay.
And so you can only shoot one at a time, otherwise they'll crash. But when you're shooting the inside cat, you can't bring a bird around behind it to get to the other cat. Well,
Right.
the plane director was a dumbass and moved the bird too far forward behind the plane that was taking off, and the jet blast blew the plane
Pushed him
the
back.
side of the ship. Blew it right off the side of the ship, and so it was hanging. And
That's crazy.
the pilot and the Rio ejected and shot out, and
He did. So he ejected on purpose.
yeah, the
I guess
pilot.
because he thought he was going over.
Oh yeah, he thought he was going in the water, but the pilot and the co-pilot both ejected
Right.
because that's an F-14 Tomcat,
Yeah.
and
That's crazy. Yeah, I had another uncle, my uncle Kevin. These are all my mom's brothers. My uncle Tommy was the helicopter pilot. My other uncle Kevin, he was the guy that had the orange things that did the whole, telling them when to take off, and that's what he did. I don't know what that position's called, but that's what he did.
usually the guy in the back that
Yeah, doing all that stuff.
landed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he tells them to go. He does the whole kneel down, and you tell them to take off or whatever. So
Well,
yeah.
When I worked catapults, my main job was basically bow safety. I was like right up at the very front of the ship. And you ever seen Top Gun?
Yeah.
You know how at the front they have like a red flashing light and then it'll turn green?
Right.
I was the man controlling that.
Right. Okay.
And one night I saw something up on deck and I had to run up there to grab it. And I set the controller down and it was giving a red light flashing. So they knew not to launch. I jumped up on deck and all of a sudden I had an anxiety attack and passed out. Well, at the same time, the controller fell and gave a green light. So they
Good
launched
Lord.
the F-14. The F-14 front tire missed my head by about 2 feet, and it blew me all the way back to the other end of the ship. It ripped my pants off. It ripped my flight jacket off. The only thing I had on was my underwear, my boots, and my cranial.
Oh my God, that's kind of funny.
They medevaced me out of there within 3 days.
Right. Well, that's like that video of the guy on the aircraft carrier that got sucked into the jet engine and spit out the other side, and he lived.
Yeah, I saw a guy get sucked in, and luckily his cranial came off and stopped the jet before he went into it.
Yeah, this guy went through with that on and everything, came out the other side and lived. I'm like, dude, that is nuts.
Yeah. I don't know where he is. Richard's texting me.
I was about to say that. What the heck? We're missing some stuff in the chat here. That's just Backroads and Becker going at it.
I gotta show you this though. Check out my baby.
Poor little fella. That's awesome. That's exactly what mine is doing.
He just sound asleep.
Yep.
But I feel sorry about his leg there.
Yeah.
But what was bad is when he would step, normally they kind of like run on their toes. He would go all the way back, and his dew claw area was touching the ground when he was walking.
Wow.
And it just, every time I saw him walk, I was like, yeah. I mean, I can take I got kicked in the knee, and I popped my knee. My foot was all the way up next to my butt. And so I can pop my knee out real far, but seeing somebody else do it, it's just like, no.
Yeah. But that's when I skated 6 sessions a week, rode my BMX, played baseball, football. Who knows? They're talking about how strong they are.
Oh,
I'm just lucky I can carry my fat butt around the house.
When I was in high school, I was running 10 miles every other day. I was, my last 2 years, I was the top runner for cross country for their school.
Once I started driving, I never ran again.
I got a pickup truck. Went to school the next morning. When I got out of school, me and my friend decided to go down this dirt road and go to this lake. Not even a quarter mile down the road, there's this hairpin turn. And I was coming around that hairpin turn, and all of a sudden there's this big boulder, the same size of the truck, in the middle of the road. So I had to cut back, but then cut it again so I didn't go off the cliff.
Right.
But put the truck in a tailspin.
Yeah,
and
it's called
the embankment, and the truck just boom flipped right upside down. I totaled it within 24 hours of, or not even 24 hours. I think it was like 18 hours that I actually had the truck, and I totaled it. And it was so funny because I paid $800 for it, and they gave me $18,000 from the insurance.
Wow.
and so I went and bought me a bike. And I just started riding my bike to school. But I lived in the mountains, so I was at 3,000 feet, and the school was at 6,000 feet. Every morning I'd ride that 3,000 feet up, but on the way back home, it was all downhill.
Right.
Ooh, I beat everybody home. I was.
Yeah, that maneuver you were talking about, that's actually got a name to it. That's called a Scandinavian flick. It's a rally racer's trick, and we do it in snow and gravel and stuff like that. Whereas basically, if you're coming up to like say a left-hand turn, you will actually initiate a right-hand turn first and flick it back to the left-hand side. It's called a Scandi flick or Scandinavian flick.
When you have four big tires and the road's only this big, and it's the first time you're going down the road, and that, yeah, I just went and looked at it, and it was so funny because I went up the embankment, the truck hung there for a minute, and I was like, no, 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 boom. Well, back then I'd seen so many videos. Your car flips over, that fucker's gonna blow up. You better get out.
Yeah, thanks, Hollywood.
So my first thought is, the car's going to blow. We got to get out, man. Get out. Get out. And he's trying to open the door, and I'm trying to open the door, and I stop and I look, and there's a 5-ton jack sitting right beside my head. And I'm like, oh, that's lucky. But I got to get out of here.
Right.
I finally got out, and I ran and jumped over the side of the cliff, and I'm sitting there.
Waiting on the explosion.
Is it going to blow? My friend's up there going, this ain't Hollywood. It ain't going to blow. And I'm like, you don't know, gas is leaking.
Yeah, Dan said, got to turn right if you want to turn left. Dan wants to know what kind of truck it was. And I've been watching Mud and Backroads. I see what you guys are saying. I'm just, like Backroads said, I'm just kind of ignoring it.
It was a Datsun.
I call that.
It was yeller.
Backroad said, I call that, it's the 2 a.m. 24 pack in, and I see the cop lights flick. I think Scandi flick's a little easier to say. You think his power went out? Oh, well, that wouldn't explain why his cell phone's not, why he's not responding to cell phone calls.
Nick is back too.
Yep. Yeah, see, the problem is, Mud, Backroads won't go live. He won't do a live show.
Yeah, I've never seen Backroads on any stream.
I've tried to get him to do it. He won't do it.
I'm wondering if...
No, Nick, nobody else can join in because we have no way to bring anybody up on the panel.
We've hijacked Fishing Louisiana's live stream tonight. This is the Coyote Cap Show.
Dan said, when was a Datsun ever worth $18,000? That's funny stuff.
Back in '89 it was.
Right. No, he didn't. I don't think he forgot he's live. Now, he might think it didn't continue going when he dropped out.
But he's not answering me on Facebook Messenger. Richard's got his phone number.
Right. He's not responding to the text. I'm
going to laugh when he sees it tomorrow. He's going to be like, how long did those fools hijack my channel?
Yeah, exactly, Richard. Well, earlier, I don't know. Yeah, Richard, you were in there. At one point, he dropped out and he was gone for, I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes, and he came right back up and everything was good. And then the same thing happened. All of a sudden, he just dropped out, and here we've
never seen him again.
It's over 2 hours. He's with his woman, duh.
I'm going to laugh when I'd love to see his reaction when he sees that we're still running his live.
Like, holy crap, they kept going.
He's sitting there going, I can't get into my own live.
I don't have YouTube up on anything. How many people are even in here? Pull it up on my phone.
I see 7.
Yeah, it says there's 7 people. That's freaking funny, dude. So since I was on, he's been gone. Yes, Nick, he's been gone the whole time.
Yeah.
He just started it to get watch hours, whether he's here or not. Exactly. It's one of those. What do they call them? The silent streams that people were
I
doing.
hope he pays us for this.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he trusts us too.
Oh, you know what, Nick? That's a good point. So when we log off, this thing will still be running, won't it?
Oh,
It doesn't
no.
shut down, so it'll just stay running. So, the
Maybe
down, but the downside of that is YouTube has been anybody that does that, like just leaves their channels running, they've been canceling those watch hours.
Yeah.
So
I noticed tonight, Infantry Outdoor set up a schedule to have a live stream tomorrow, but he's got a live stream that is still running right now, or the last time I checked it was.
who?
Infantry Outdoors.
Oh,
He did a test earlier, and the last I checked, it was still running.
wow. What's with the number 7?
That's how many people. Yeah, see it.
Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah.
It shows that Infantry is still live.
That's funny. Well, a live stream, the maximum that you can account for the hours in a live stream, I think, is 12 hours, and then it doesn't count after that. So you can keep going for more hours, but it doesn't count for, I think the cutoff is 12.
Huh.
He will run down his StreamYard. Yeah, not if he's got the paid, like I had the paid version, and you can stream as long as you want.
I'm not sure if he has the paid version though.
I'll dang sure go live if y'all just take over while I go to sleep. Work smarter, not harder. Exactly.
I'm wondering if we should close this out. But now that you said that, even if we leave,
It may
Is
still
it
stay
gonna-
on. We'll just come back on in the morning. That's too funny. Oh, that's
man, we can't bring anybody else up on panel though.
I know that's the only thing that sucks. There's no way to do that. I was looking at like the share button and seeing if there was anything, but there's nothing. There's no way to bring somebody else up on the panel.
Yeah. I mean, we could try to close this out and one of us start a live stream.
Yeah, I don't do lives from my channel. I think I'm about to wrap it up anyway. It's 2:00 in the morning. I've been going since 5, so I'm pushing, getting close to 24 hours straight. I'm getting a little tired.
45. It's early. It's
Yeah.
only 10:45.
It will be a blank black screen with his logo. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Gosh, that's funny.
I kind of hate to leave it though if it's gonna just keep running.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how to get a hold of him other than Facebook.
Richard's been trying his cell phone, so.
Yeah.
And Mud said she's got a cell phone, but she ain't calling him at 1:00 in the morning, and I don't blame her.
Well, somebody needs to get a hold of the man and let him know that we've had Jack's.
I can see the wife probably having an issue with another female calling at 1:00 in the morning, going, "Where are you?"
I get phone calls all the time. You got a raccoon over here or something.
Right.
Like the other night, I had a raccoon waiting on me.
Yeah, I can see my wife having a problem if some woman just calls me in the middle of the night wanting me to get on YouTube. My wife would be like, you need to, that needs to stop." Oh, goodness. Yeah, and there's nobody else live. I thought maybe Rattletrap would be live tonight.
I thought so too. I was looking for the only person I saw was JV, and then all of a sudden I got a notice that Fishing Louisiana was up, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, JV got to where you couldn't even see him out there because he was outside.
I couldn't hear him, and
Yeah,
I even got my hearing aids in today.
Right. Dang, there
Look
goes
at
the
these
thunder.
old things.
Oh wow, you got the old school.
Yeah, they're like 10 years old. It took me like 10 minutes to get them to turn on this afternoon. I kept turning them off, turning them on, turning them off. They wouldn't come on, and finally they come on. Like, yes, I can hear stuff.
I love me some ramen noodles, man. Dan said he's having some hot and spicy ramen noodles. Yeah, Backroads, that'd go over like a lead balloon. That's a first. Unable to hear JV.
It's not that cold. It's only 38 degrees.
Shoot, it was 80 here today.
I think we got up to 50,
Man,
maybe 45.
let's see. I think, yeah, it's 62 degrees here now.
I'm kind of surprised we don't have. It says it's on rain, but I don't see any rain on the map. It's too bright.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bail out, and unfortunately, that means you're either gonna sit here by yourself and talk to them, or
I have debated to leave too and start my own stream or talk Nick into starting a stream or Richard.
yeah, I'll come back in on something. I gotta get my dogs need to walk. They're needing to go out, so I got to jump off
But I'm
and take
kind
care
of
of that.
nervous to leave his stream. And
It'll be all right. Think he's getting a bad storm? No, they're all out of the Louisiana area right now. I'm pretty sure because that all the stuff I'm getting now, Nick, is what came up from his area. We talked about that when I first came in the stream.
there's nothing
So,
over.
yeah, Louisiana's it's clear. Yeah, so it's not that.
Now, see, that's where I was born, Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I was born and raised in Montgomery, Alabama, moved to California, joined the military, and went to Japan.
Wow. Look at all the lightning flashes on this thing now.
Yeah. I got that app now.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I was looking at it.
Yeah.
But it was confusing me. I got to go back when I can look at it better.
Yeah, there's all kind of, you can set all kind of layers on it and all. Like I have the paid pro version, I think, or whatever it is. And dude, it's stupid. Like you can even do it. You can have it set up where if you're a pilot, there's the layers that you can use while you're in your plane to look at different layers and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Really?
We had a tower go down on Monday and discovered our business internet and AT&T use the same tower, even though they're separate companies. We had no cellular internet for a day. I bet people in your town were just like full blown panicked. It was like mass hysteria. Oh my God.
Now I don't have internet. I'm gonna die.
I would love for that to happen. I mean, I know the truth is it would cause some serious economic damage, but I would love for like a full blown 24-hour period to completely across the country lose internet and cell phone for 24 hours. You talk about mass hysteria.
I would love it to go for 1 month.
Oh, it would change society.
I would be on top at the end of that because I know how to survive. Some of these idiots out here don't know how to.
Backroad said there was almost an uprising, and then Mud Tramp said, "I can't believe y'all just mentioned no power, and my power just went out. No joke." Had to wait for it to come back on so I could reboot. Thanks, y'all. Not to mention all my customers thought I was ignoring them. Well, that's what I'm saying, Backroad. Yeah, because you're in, that's just a microcosm of an area that has an outage. But could you, and yeah, that's its own problem in itself because people are trying to call. So many people don't even have landlines now. But could you imagine that happening nationwide? Like just for a 24-hour period would be unfreaking believable. But Coyote talking about a month, yeah, that would change the face of the planet.
When I go to the woods and I know I'm going to be in an area where I will not have any reception, I have to tell the wife, look, you will not contact me until about this time. Don't worry until 2 days later.
She said, "Yes, I will. Here's sat phone."
Because I mean, I'll go out to the woods and I'll drive down the road. Nope, got reception. Nope, got reception. Oh wait, I got no reception here. This is camp.
Oh, Backroad said his landline was down too. It took everything out. That's crazy. So they had one tower that handled everything. Well, now you know if you want to screw up everybody in your town, what to take out, right, Backroad?
You start getting crank calls, take out the tower.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, exactly, Nick. Imagine just New York City not having internet. Yeah, I mean, you think of the financial district and stuff. I mean, it would just crush things.
Well, even that short time that stuff was down, like when the towers were taken out. I mean, all the trading stuff we had was there, so it took a while for them to get going again on that.
Yep.
So,
for sure.
I mean, just imagine that everywhere.
Right.
That
Richard,
makes me
the taxis in New York City are crazy anyway. You
Yeah,
don't need a outage for that to be the case. I actually enjoy riding in the taxis. I actually more so I like driving along with them. Last time my wife and I were in New York City, I was driving along with them. She's like, Jim, just because we're in New York City doesn't mean you have to drive like them. I mean, I try to hang with all the cabbies, man. I love it.
Well, when I was driving up here in Washington, I have learned to drive like a Washingtonian, but I learned to drive in California. So when me and the family went down to California, it just naturally came back to me to drive like a Californian. My wife was like, I don't know what has happened to you, but you're scaring the crap out of me.
Right.
I'm like, I'm driving like a Californian.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect the first time I went to California to drive. And my God, man, on on the 10 and on the 5, it's like 4 or 5 lanes wide, 90 miles an hour. Everybody, like, it's insane. And it's either that or it's a parking lot. It's like there never seems to be an in between.
You're either on fucking Grand Prix or you're
right. Yeah, it was crazy. I've been out there a bunch now, and I know it's just like, the 10 and the 5, man, those two roads, it's like, geez, man, you're either, like you said, it's a full blown
road. Time because of the traffic. You can look outside and look at the traffic and go, oh, it's about 5 o'clock. We ain't going.
I couldn't do that every day of my life. Some of these people that do this, I couldn't live with that traffic. Wireless house phones won't work without electricity. Nobody has corded phones anymore. We do, though. Okay. Cordless home phones, I should say. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Did a 30,000-pound gator eat? I don't know what
getting hold of him anywhere.
I don't know what Backroads are saying exactly to. All right. Well, I'm going to jump out if one of you guys start upstream because my dogs are about to freaking mess all over themselves. So I got to get them out there. It's been good chatting with you, Coyote, and everybody. I will see you guys later. And if somebody fires up a live, I'll check in a little bit and I'll jump in.
Well, I think I'm going to leave too, and we'll hope his thing will kind of quit.
It'll sort itself out one way or the other.
I feel bad about leaving it. It's like, I don't know.
Probably going to bed and not thinking a thing about it.
But I'm half tempted to start a short stream at least, maybe.
My name is Jim. Everybody just calls me Captain because I used to have a fishing channel, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, my real name is Jim.
And I'm the Coyote.
Yeah.
Because I make a load of animal noises. See you later, Cap. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I guess we should probably end this and Does anybody else want to start a live stream, or should I try to start one? Or should we just call it a night? Answers? Anyone? Did everybody leave? All right. If I don't see any more comments, I'm going to head out too. It was nice to see everybody. Or I guess y'all saw me. I didn't see you. In this, that's a good one. Okay. If I start a live stream, would anybody come over, or does somebody else want to start one? Let's play some poker. I don't know how to play. Well, I know how to play poker, but I don't play poker. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to end this, and hopefully Fishing Louisiana can figure out what happened and let us know the next time he goes live. Hey, Richard, do you want to start a live? Chicken sandwich? Might have to go anyways. Alrighty, I'm not seeing anything. Okay, you'll go live, Richard? Cool. Well, if everybody has Richard Gray there, he's going to start a live. We'll go raid his place. All right. I'll see y'all later. And Fishing Louisiana, give me a holler. Hope everything's all right. We worry about you disappearing like that. But good night. God bless everybody. Catch more fish and eat them all.